Oh, we got a glare from the TV.
We got a little glare from the TV.
Oh, so I'm gonna move this. Oh, there we go. That's how that starts.
All right.
That's how that starts. Hi, everybody.
Did they see us? Did they see that?
I think they definitely did see that.
That.
Yeah, they saw. They did. We just saw that on camera. Welcome to the UFC 260 live show. I'm Matt Ryan. That's Harry Terjanian. Alonzo Menefield just tapped Charant, which just kind of sounds like a hockey thing.
There we go. It sounds like a bunch of French Canadians playing the game. We start off with a bang. Something for our blooper reel. We put together a blooper reel. Blooper reel.
I like that we go on the air. Oh, they can see the glare from the painting.
I just noticed it last.
Yeah, I just wanted to shout out our friend Ben Falbo who painted this awesome Muppet Fry Takayama piece I have. And then we immediately saw that the glare from the television was coming up on the screen.
I mean, it wasn't much, but it's enough to maybe get us shut down.
Yeah.
You know how Uncle Dana is. He's very stingy. Except with fan attendance.
Yeah,
he's
like
very liberal.
If you're in Jacksonville, Florida, and you bought a ticket to UFC 261, the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
What are you doing? You're making this worse.
Well, listen.
Like, MMA fans and wrestling fans already get the stereotype of being all of those things.
Well, also the worst thing is they don't even get along with each other.
Yeah. It is
UFC
like the Jets and the Sharks of combat sports.
You're both awful, so you should form a union.
Oh, let's go.
But you're too stupid to form a union. All right, worst fan, MMA or wrestling?
Oh, that's our question of the night.
Question of the night. Also, what's the worst fan experience you've ever experienced? I know every wrestling show I've been to, I always get stuck behind somebody who was doing a podcast without broadcasting it, so that's always fun.
The question of the night brought to you by my sexuality. What is it? You've probably already made up your mind. My sexuality.
The answer might surprise you.
Just clickbaited all night.
Yeah. Clickbaits work, guys. Just letting you know.
Shout out to Justin Cranford. Man, it's good to see you guys again. It's good to see you. Justin, glad to be with you here tonight. Jay Anthony shouting us out. Do it to it, boys. Seems like we may want to raise our gain a little bit.
Here we go. Almost there. It might be a little more.
Maybe let's get it to the middle.
Yellow
by
is
the
mellow,
time,
but red is
by
better.
By the time we get into the fights tonight, you're gonna hate the fact that you have your volume on.
Right.
Just be warned.
You're gonna regret that decision. You're stuck with us the whole night. This is technically pre-show.
Yeah, we are at 9:46 here in the East. The over/under tonight is 10:12.
10:12.
Yes.
That's the time to be. Although last time, what was it? Was it 10:17 or something? Last one. The last one was. It took a long time, and I believe that was also.
That was 10:15. That was a 3-title fight pay-per-view.
Yeah, this is not a 3-title fight. I believe 1 title tonight.
Yes, 1 title fight. It was supposed to be 2, but now it's 1. Jay Anthony donating $5 to the cause. Harry,
thank you.
He says, "Give it hell, boys. You guys are awesome. Good to see you. Thank you, sweetheart." So shout out to Terrence Hypo Nipple. Posted in the chat. Yep. Dave from New Jersey watching us on Periscope. Shout out to everybody else watching us across the Combat Culture Network. We're on the Combat Culture, MMA Mania, and Bloody Elbow YouTube pages. We're on the MMA Mania Periscope, and we're also on the Combat Culture Twitch channel. So Dave from New Jersey saying, "Nice tea, Harry."
There you go. Shout out, repping the greatest competitor of all time in any combat sport.
Yes.
I say Eddie Guerrero.
You look like you're about to sell bootleg T-shirts outside the Philadelphia Spectrum.
I mean, this is a legit shirt. But
it is. No, I'm not saying the shirt.
This?
Yeah, when you do that and just your general disposition.
Yeah, it does look like there should be gold watches.
You should be selling Nick tickets in like 1974.
You can't give those fucking things away now. Shout
out to Amy D. Y'all are the best. Alicia Ballou saying hello.
Yes, hello.
Toker88 saying hello, sweetheart. Hi.
How you doing?
So Jay Anthony was the first person to donate to the Super Chat tonight.
Yes.
We're going to do something fun tonight. The Super Chats tonight, we're going to be collecting those Super Chats with our friends over at Combat Culture, MMA Mania, SB Nation. We're going to be donating a portion of that tonight to feed to No Kid Hungry.
No Kid Hungry.
To No Kid Hungry. And also, the highest donation for the night will get this A7FL footy ball. I am a producer for the A7FL. Our season starts in 2 Sundays, Harry, on the second day of WrestleMania, so I'm going to walk into traffic that day. But on April 11th, it is a lovely football, and you will get this football with the highest donation given tonight to No Kid Hungry. You can also go to paypal.me/felt fundraising. That is also where we'll be collecting money. That's paypal.me/felt fundraising. That money will go directly to No Kid Hungry, and the highest donation tonight will get a football signed by me, or you know what? I'll sign it as anybody else. I'll sign it as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, for God's sake. Hey. Just donate to feed children.
Hey, you'll do it. You'll get Newt Rockney, and you'll throw at people who couldn't have possibly competed on the same team.
A Baba Booey.
Jerry Rice.
Yeah.
Baba Booey. Anybody you want.
Let's take a look at the
whatever for the kids, all for charity.
Jacob Will saying, watching from San Diego, what are your guys' predictions? Well, the A7FL is coming to San Diego this season, but predictions-wise, we get them right. We give them to you right before the fights. Our main event picks are different, but we'll go into. I think they're different. I think we're picking.
Well, you go with yours first, and I'll tell you.
Well, I you know what? We'll go about it later in the show, but I think we're on a different side of the table on this one.
Yeah, I'm kind of up in the air about it, but we'll see. We'll see. As they begin to go over a lot of filler because that last prelim fight ended in a tap out in the first round. So my phone reminded me that the UFC event is on at 10 p.m. tonight. Thanks for that, iPhone.
Thanks,
Way
Siri.
to look out for a brother. So I guess if I had fallen asleep right before this, thank you for setting that alarm that I set several weeks ago. Now they're just going over a lot of filler.
Yup.
I like to call this the UFC talent show hour. They should just do different things with the time frame.
Yeah.
I mean, I would like to see Daniel Cormier making balloon animals.
That would be fun. John Anik trying to explain his mustache.
I would want to see Joe Rogan do something else, not stand up, because I like his stand up, but I want to see what other talents, and can't be lifting either. So
no.
Got to come up with something.
Nothing strength-based.
Nothing strength-based.
Taking a look at the chat, shout out to Jacob from Mississippi watching us on YouTube. My favorite duo from Joe Boyd. What are we drinking tonight? Well, right now I am drinking what's left of the Jim Beam from last show and the Proper 12 from a couple months ago because I've not just finishing that off. Someone shouted out my haircut. I have not gotten a haircut. It's just gotten so long that a ponytail has become necessary.
Oh, there we go.
Shout out to Carl Ennie watching us from Cameroon. Let's see if we can get all the continents tonight, like all of them.
Let's see how many.
Antarctica, come on. Antarctica and Oceania. We got to hit those two at the very least.
Oceania's not a continent.
Yeah, it is. It's Australia and fucking New Zealand.
Australia's the continent.
I've heard it called, it's Oceania.
Is it?
Yeah. That's
I only know that it's Oceania in the soccer
name,
division.
Harry.
Oh, well. There we go.
But shout out to Carl Ennie, who's watching us from Cameroon.
If we could get somebody from Australia, that's possible. We already got Cameroon, so we got Africa down.
Yeah.
That's good. Let's find out.
Assuming North America at the very least.
North America should be covered.
We got Soap Toaster from Toronto. That's a solid username.
There you go.
That's a solid username. Soap Toaster.
All right, go Maple Leafs.
Jeffrey Burton saying he is from North America.
Well,
we've got Martin Tierney from North Queensland.
All right, New Zealand.
Oceania includes New Zealand and Micronesia. So, Tyler Lee saying, I didn't order for the fights tonight, boys, so bring your A game for once. Oh, we about that. Oh, we gonna do that. We're gonna talk this early. Doing. This early, you're all right. Oh, sweetheart, you done fucked up. Notoriously one from Malaysia. Noah23 asking, how fun is it to play with Julio Jones? I tend to not use the Falcons in Madden, and I've had as many, successful Super Bowl attempts as the other guy. So, we both have not won we've won as many Super Bowl games.
You've each won the same amount of Super Bowl games, but you didn't have a halftime lead is the difference. Oh, he blew that one. They blew that one so bad.
If you're waiting for the start of tonight's main card, if you're waiting for the main event, the main card has not started yet. We are not out of the prelims. Right now, they're going over the main card because they have 7 minutes to fill before they have another 15 minutes to fill. And we are filling that time by talking an immense amount of nonsense.
No, it's okay. We'll get to it. Question of the night, of course. Who are worse, MMA fans or pro wrestling fans?
MMA fans or wrestling fans, who are the worst?
And what is your worst MMA/wrestling? You know what? Let's open it up. What is your worst sports fan experience, period?
Ooh.
Let's just open it up. I'm trying to
think.
I mean, I wasn't there for the Philadelphia Flyers fan who knocked out the Rangers fan by sucker punching him at a cheesesteak line, which is a quintessential Philadelphia Flyers thing to do.
I can say there was a Raw at Madison Square Garden where a guy in a trench coat jumped down a set of stairs at the Garden in a section, like in the 300s, to start fighting one dude, while a bunch of finance bros protected me and my mother.
Oh, boy.
Who was guilted into going. Because...
What were you seeing at Madison Square Garden?
It was an episode of Raw.
Oh, okay. And your mom went? How old were you?
I was like 10.
Oh, so she had to go.
Yeah.
All right, I guess guilted into going.
Dad had to go get a bindle,
There you go.
Like 10 years before that, so it's kind of...
You had to go to the... Yeah. I'm trying to...
Also, they served beer at the Garden, so, gave her some incentive to go.
She was like, well, I've never had a beer in the Garden. All right, fair enough. Give us your worst fan experiences.
Daniel Helmhill is shouting out from Japan. Ante Ziocic saying soccer fans.
Soccer fans, depending on where you're at, can be pretty wild. See, we're in North America here, so we never consider how awful soccer fans are, but European soccer fans might be some of the worst human beings. Definitely underrated here in North America.
Yeah, there's some pretty terrible... The French...
Throwing bananas
Yeah, that's what I was going to bring up. That's pretty shit.
Great.
Joe Boyd saying fake wrestling fans are the worst, and then Frankie R saying MMA fans are way bigger marks than wrestling fans. So we've already
starting it. Fake wrestling fans, but we're not talking about whether or not wrestling is fake. The fans themselves being douchebags.
Fuck you as well.
Yeah.
Joe Boyd saying soccer fans literally kill each other.
That's true.
Silver and Black 831 saying drunk fans are the worst.
Yeah, I mean that's true. That goes. But we're talking regionally. Who are the worst?
Yeah.
We'll figure that out through the night as we're doing our job filling in, and three guys I've never seen on the UFC before or on ESPN. I don't know who either of these.
One of them looks like fucking the Karate Kid, and the other one looks like Hugo Savinovich. So I'm very confused. Shout out to Ladarius Greer.
They all look like Greek loan sharks to me.
Ooh, baseball. Tyler Lee bringing up children of parents of children who play sports. That's a good one.
That is pretty rough. Yeah, they are pretty rough.
And a shout out to Jonathan Roncone. Of course, my friend, thank you so much for donating that money. We donated money last show. At the end of this month, we're sending money to Wounded Warriors. And also tonight, the highest donation to paypal.me/felt fundraising, that's paypal.me/felt fundraising, will get a signed football by me, or unsigned if you just don't like me, or of myself, or the autograph of anybody else.
It depends. Here's the thing. That's one of those situations where your signature might actually lower the value. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like in the old days when you used to buy a cassette that, like, it was cheaper to buy a cassette from a shitty musician than it was to get like a blank Maxwell thing cassette. So you could just tape over if you went to a car wash and got like Journey's worst hits or whatever.
Michael Kaplan asking on Periscope, who can dethrone Amanda Nunes?
Nobody that we know at the moment. Eventually somebody.
Retirement.
Yeah. I mean, maybe that person hasn't even been born yet.
Yeah.
So far that
Her kid
might be. Are you saying it's one of those things where her kid is gonna like?
It's the plot of Kill Bill.
Yeah. I guess the bride from Kill Bill might be the closest thing we got. Yeah, Amanda Nunes is going to be at the top of her game for a very long time to come. But, then again, maybe the Ronda Rousey thing was always a little bit of hype. It was excitement, at the time. But, I mean, I remember Rogan talking about who's going to stop Ronda Rousey. And then a couple of years later,
bye.
No more Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
But Amanda Nunes, I think, is better than Ronda Rousey was for sure. Mm-hmm. More dominant. So I don't know. Nobody knows the answer to that. It might be just father time. She might just retire.
Yeah, I think
this guy's teeth don't look like.
Yeah, he looks like he is about to sell you a Bible or some insurance.
Yeah, sometimes you can try to make him look too perfect. He got those Joe Bidens in his mouth. Yeah, those are a little bit. I don't know who this guy is. They are filling a lot of time.
Yeah,
here.
we are,
and so are we.
Yeah, we are just chewing the time away. So if you got questions in the chat, please let us know. And also follow us on Twitter. Follow Harry at Harry Terjanian. You can follow me at M. Ryan Consulting. And a shout out to our moderator, Stephanie Sotilli, holding it down, making sure all of you psychopaths in the chat play nice. Do not be a douchebag in the chat. That's all we ask from you. Hang out, curse, be you. But don't be a douchebag. Don't be an asshole. And also, don't ask if we're showing the fight. We're not. We're not going to show you the fight. We're not going to put it on camera. We're not going to put up a mirror. I almost ruined one of my very nice paintings because I was trying to show it off, but the glare...
Let's be honest, because you panicked. I mean, you panicked.
I tried to move it out of the way, and then it fell. So fuck you. How about that?
You fumbled it.
Yeah.
You got nervous and you fumbled it. You didn't expect to catch it. Let's see. All right, let's see.
Shit, Jonathan Roncone just found like 30 vinyls from Chicago Transit Authority to Black Sabbath. That is an eclectic musical taste. Will these go up and cost like cards? Probably. Timmy Turner asking me to do a shoey. No, I'm not doing it.
What's a shoey?
It's when you drink a beer out of your shoe. I don't have any beer, and I know where my shoes have been.
That's was that like a thing you do with like a hot chick or something?
No, that's just a thing they do culturally.
Or you would do it out of a sneaker.
You do it out of a sneaker.
Oh, that's fucking gross.
Mm.
What is the purpose of that? I
The
barely understand why you do it with a hot chick.
Jeffrey Burton asking, what are the chances that Thug Rose Namajunas will ever get the belt back? Good. That division's wide open, man. Weili Zhang is awesome. There's a lot of great fighters in that division, but that belt's been a hot potato, and we've not seen a focused Rose Namajunas since the Jędrzejczyk fights. And I think, she was winning that fight against Andrade before she got fucking 1980s New Japan suplexed on her neck. So it's up in the air for me.
As the prelims have come to an end here.
Henry Johnson watching us from Portland, Maine. Shout out to Portland, Maine. Let's go to Maine out on the East Coast. Going to Maine is actually one of my favorite songs by the Mountain Goats. Andy Zolchik saying, Zlowick. Us Aussies will drink out of anything. I found an old goat horn once, and everybody at the party had to drink out of it.
Oh, geez.
You got two people from Maine.
I like that it was an old goat horn, as if it would have made a difference that it was a new goat horn.
Yeah.
Like, it was gross. It wasn't one of those fresh goat horns. And again, narrated by Ron Perlman.
Yeah, the UFC.
They love Ron Perlman. I mean, I
he's got nothing else going on.
I mean,
He died on Sons of Anarchy, and that show got canceled a long time ago.
Did it get canceled or did they finish it? I don't even know.
Either way, it's
Aren't
done.
They doing Mayans now?
Yeah, I think so. That's the prequel.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Notoriously AMC won in all caps. Let's talk about Conor McGregor. What do you guys think?
What do we think? Well, I mean,
he's a person who has a lot of money and should fight at 170 pounds.
Is he going to do the boxing thing or not? What happened with that?
I don't know.
Is he fighting Pacquiao or no?
I don't know.
And I thought that was signed and it's not signed. These signings don't mean anything. They just announce it.
Because there was that Floyd Mayweather Jake Paul fight. No, Logan Paul fight. Or Jake Paul. Whichever one's that's not fighting Ben Askren. That's Logan Paul is the one that's not fighting Ben Askren. That fight just got canceled because of lack of interest.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wait, who was he going to fight?
He was going to fight Floyd Mayweather.
Oh, jeez. And lack of interest.
Yeah, no one wanted to watch that.
How did they determine lack of interest?
No one bought the pay-per-view.
So they announced it, right?
Yeah, and then no pre-sales.
No pre-sales.
Not enough pre-sales.
See, that I don't understand. I'm confused by that. Because if one of the Paul brothers can fight Ben Askren and...
Yeah, but you know who also is performing at that show?
Who's that?
The Black Keys, E40, Snoop Dogg, pretty much anybody who's still alive from the West Coast hip-hop scene.
Okay, so when we talk pre-sales, are we talking live or are we talking pay-per-view?
Pay-per-view.
Pay-per-view pre-sale.
Pay-per-view, yeah.
No offense. I mean, I like the Black Keys, but who gives a shit about seeing them on pay-per-view?
Well, also, the other Paul brothers got a better, younger audience who's willing to pay more cash. And also, Floyd Mayweather fights are not that fun to watch. Let's go to the chat real quick.
I agree. It's anyway.
It's weird. It's weird. Also, it was probably just they'll cover because Floyd Mayweather just didn't want to do it.
Yeah, that sounds more likely. I can't imagine that there were. Yeah, that just sounds like he fucking had a sad or whatever and changed his mind. Okay.
Michael Kaplan saying, have you guys seen Kayla Harrison? Yes, we've seen Kayla. I've seen Kayla Harrison fight a couple of times in the PFL when I did some work for them. Shout out to the team over there who are going to be hanging out at the Ocean Resort and Casino in Atlantic City, which is a beautiful facility. Shout out to Henry Johnson. How did he boing nightly? Well, thank you. Taking a look here at the chat because we've got
10:03. We're waiting to see the start time, by the way, as the UFC pay-per-view starts.
Yeah, there
Big
were no fights
package.
Yet. Yeah, they're now a live shot of the gigantic fucking tower in Las Vegas.
And is the next pay-per-view in Jacksonville?
Yeah, and 261 will be in Jacksonville because
261, the super spreader will be.
Yep.
We'll see what happens. I mean, that's going to be the first. Well, I guess it's not the first sold out. College sports in Georgia and whatever have been.
NASCAR.
Have they been sold out?
No, not full capacity.
I think, if I remember, I don't know. I saw a picture at Alabama or whatever, one of those, either Georgia or Alabama.
Talladega had something to they had a decent amount of people in there, but
I've lost track. I don't even know what the numbers are. And we see John Anik preparing, no mustache now. Well, he has a mustache, but he just grew the rest of the beard out.
Yeah, he's just growing it out so he doesn't get on a watch list. Michael Green, you can follow us. If you're watching right now on Periscope or another platform, we are live on the Combat Culture YouTube channel, as well as the MMA Mania and Bloody Elbow YouTube channels. I'm Matt Ryan, that's Harry Terjanian. We're also on the MMA Periscope, which is going to become Twitter Live, I think, and also on the Combat Culture Twitch channel. We thank all of you guys for coming out. Jay Anthony saying, did you guys see the Askren face smush? I saw clips of that. You can actually watch the full press conference and highlights of that on the Combat Culture YouTube channel. Don't do it right now. Don't you dare do it. But after the show, right before you go to bed, do that. Or watch it in the morning. Don't do that now. We're hanging out. We're having a conversation.
Plenty of time. We got plenty of time. When is that celebrity fight anyway?
That is April 17th, I want to say.
All right. That's a whiles away.
That is a couple weeks out.
Press for it.
Yeah, though that's how they do it in boxing, too.
I guess. But we'll see.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan, all right? He looks like he got a cut on his left eye there.
Yeah, he's sparring.
Maybe. Yeah, he's always still very much active. But as we see Daniel Cormier, John Anik, and Rogan, very excited about the main event. Daniel Cormier saying, I'm glad I'm not the guy getting punched. I mean, Cormier.
If you're Daniel Cormier and you're watching this fight from Octagon side, are you just hoping Stipe gets killed, or do you hope Stipe beats the shit out of Ngannou because then you're the only guy to beat Stipe for the title? Where in your ego? Hold on. JH, yo Matt, me and my wife are having a fucking baby tonight. We watching from the hospital from my phone.
Oh,
JH,
geez,
okay.
Thank you.
What do we have to do
to induce that
No. So you name your baby after me.
Oh boy.
What do we have to do to make sure that baby is named after me?
Especially if it's a girl.
Yeah.
Especially.
You can use my last name if it's a girl. But I am not having children. So I want at least one child to be named after me mistakenly because I was drunk.
Wait, because you're drunk now?
Yes, I'm not drunk.
Fair enough.
But I'm going to be drunk at some point.
Oh, okay, you're on your way. Well, keep us posted, please.
We're on the fucking road to nowhere. Yeah.
JH, keep us posted on what's going on. We want to hear from you throughout the night in the progress. How long have you been in the hospital with your wife?
Yes. Why is your wife watching this with you? Mrs. JH, are you a big MMA fan? Is this your birth playlist? Us yelling at the screen?
Well, I guess sometimes you can be in labor, but not in full-on labor.
But people have a birth plan. Are we a part of your birth plan?
I don't know if we were a part of it. I mean, how could we be a part of it?
I don't know.
At least they brought an iPad. JH, let us know.
We're having a baby on the show.
That's right. We want to be updated.
We're doing a Letterman bit from 82, and this coming in from my personal instant feedback from our community manager, Stephanie Sotilli. Labor can last up to 35 hours.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
I know that. It's a lot of waiting around doing nothing. But also, I'm sorry, it's just a bit wild that people are watching us while a life is being pushed out of another human being.
Well, you kind of want to do something to distract. Plus, sometimes they give you those drugs.
Yeah.
I mean, you're just...
It's
a nice... why not enjoy
I know,
the
but
fight?
of all the things, it's us?
Hey, man. Listen, they love the fights. We might as well. We were just happy. So, JH, keep us posted.
Yeah, let us know what's going on in the chat.
So, if you never saw that bit, that Letterman, that's a classic Letterman bit where I guess Letterman decides they want to be there for the first baby born in the new year, so they send Bob Costas to one hospital.
Vince McMahon
and a young Vince McMahon from the World Wrestling Federation to another hospital. And then Bob Costas, my favorite line from the whole thing, Bob Costas outshines Vince McMahon in this whole thing.
Because he committed to the bit.
Yeah.
McMahon did not.
He was funny.
Also, it's 10:08. No fights have entered the octagon yet.
No fights have entered the octagon yet. But my favorite line from that is Bob Costas goes, "We'll be right here for all the post and prenatal action." And Latino Heater. Yeah, shout out to the Eddie Guerrero legacy. Fantastic, nice gift for my girl. Very nice.
Muzzle tov. Eddie Guerrero.
That's how we celebrate Valentine's Day.
Just watch when worlds collide and just hang out.
I'm trying to show as many 5-star matches. Some of them hold up, some of them don't. We just watched the 92 Rumble. We watched Purple Rain and then the 92 Royal Rumble because that's how I roll. Find you a girl who could do both.
Walking inside your mind is gotta be like a David Lynch film.
There's a lot going on.
But there's a lot. It's just a lot.
In there.
Yeah,
It's pretty frightening in there.
This is a problem.
Quentin Tarantino was like, "Hey man, you need an editor. We need to cut this down to size. There's a lot crazy stuff going on there."
C4 San Diego, dude, crazy. I'm watching this at the same time with my newborn who was 2 days old. We just got out of the hospital.
Wow.
What the fuck is? All you guys having pandemic babies, mazel tov.
People have been busy.
But yet again, name your kid after me. Why not?
Here's a weird question. I'll throw this one out, whichever catches the night. What's the weirdest thing you and your girl watch? You and your girl, your guy, both, whatever, that you watch as a couple? Let us know. In addition to the other question tonight, which is...
worst fan bases.
Worst fan bases. Who are the worst fans? Worst fan experience. So far, soccer fans are taking a surprising lead, but it doesn't occur to us. It's the world's biggest sport. They are the only fan base that do bring live darts to the sporting event. Yeah. And also light off fireworks. I'm having hospital...
don't even.
Sorry, that was a joke one.
Oof. That's
Fair
just
enough.
a bad one.
What's going on with ESPN?
Oh, you're just new to this. Yeah, UFC just takes their sweet-ass time getting into the first fight. Shout out to Blair Monty. What will be the worst fight, and why do you think it will be Woodley? Oof.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it ain't great. It's not going to be fun.
Might be the last gasp.
Yeah. Jeff Mickey saying Almeida will be the upset of the night. No, he's the favorite walking into the octagon.
So I guess he can't be the upset of the night.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
But yeah, this card, we haven't even gone over the card yet. We've been on the air for like half an hour at this point, just futzing around because they're playing fucking NBA commercials.
Got a lot of time to... I don't know why they don't just start... I'd love to find the answer to why they never just... I mean, I understand you don't want to start in the thing, but why do you kill... We're now at... Usually they're around 10, 12.
Because I believe it's I got your money, you gotta stay, you can't leave. The opening fight tonight will be in the lightweight division. Jamie Mullarkey will be facing off against Kama Worthy. Mullarkey 12-4, Worthy 16-7, followed up by Jillian Robinson, not Jillian Anderson.
As you put in your notes.
Yep. Going up against Miranda Maverick. And then we have Sean O'Malley with the pot leaf in the back of his head at bantamweight, going up against Thomas Almeida, who has lost 4 of his last 5.
But he's still the favorite in this?
No, O'Malley's the favorite.
Oh, O'Malley's the favorite in this.
And we got Tyron Woodley versus Vicente Luque. Oh, I'm sorry. I was confusing Luque and Almeida. Don't mind me. But yeah, no. Almeida's the underdog in that fight. I just flipped it around. It's not like I do this for a living. And in the main event, it's Stipe Miocic defending his UFC heavyweight title for the second time in his second reign against Francis Ngannou. And that is our main event 5 rounds for the UFC heavyweight championship.
And I think we're almost about to see the fighters. Jamie Mullarkey, Australian? Is that the Australian? Or where is he from? Is that New Zealand?
I couldn't see, but I believe it is New Zealand.
Oh, okay. Jesus. Mullarkey.
Jeffrey Burton saying they want to keep us up until 1 a.m.
Yeah, I don't know why they tend to do that, but...
They hate us.
Maybe it's because I forget it's on the West Coast.
It's on the West Coast. It's also satellite time leasing. I think it's because of that, like different commitments, and also probably ad commitments.
Yeah, I guess, but we're now at 10:13.
Yep, we're in the package for the first fight. So Malarkey, who looks like Bill Burr if he threw punches for a living.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just...
Let's see, more highlights of Malarkey.
And we're also giving away money to No Kid Hungry tonight with your donations in the Super Chat. The highest donation to that, or paypal.me/feltfundraising. That's paypal.me/feltfundraising. We'll get a signed A7FL football, signed by me as whoever you want. It could be me, it could be Batman, it could be Einstein. If you ask for something ridiculous, though, it will be coming under review.
Right, and thanks, guys. I decided not to buy when the co-main event got axed. All right, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, this is not a full pay-per-view card. This is a very top-heavy card, and Tyron Woodley being the co-main event is not.
Yeah, those cards sometimes they turn out to be really entertaining.
Yeah,
we're now at 10:14. Megan O'Leary wearing a William Regal style maroon pantsuit, looking pretty cool.
Shout out to Marathon Refrigeration who donated $5 to the cause. Thanks, pal.
Is that an office reference or is that?
No, I think that's just a guy.
What's the company that Bob Vance used to work for? It's Vance Refrigeration. All right. And finally, Comma Worthy at 10:14, making his way into the octagon here from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The Death Star _1 is his
social
Twitter
media
and
handle.
Instagram.
Well, he is the Death Star. Donald Stiesel saying Prime Forrest Griffin versus Conor. You go with Conor because he's the more well-rounded fighter, but Forrest Griffin also fought at like 205, so it's not really... He fought at light heavyweight, he fought at middleweight, like, I don't know. I couldn't even begin.
So what do you think is next for Conor, since they keep asking about that? I mean, does he box?
He's gonna fight mixed martial arts again. He should fight at 170.
I think he should space it out, do another boxing match, and do another one. Because if he...
You just like it being carny. You just want it to be carny.
Well, if he loses another one, his value, at that point, it's no longer fun. Like, you know, it kind of... You know, you can lose a couple and still be entertaining enough.
Yeah.
But, you know, I don't know, what's his loss record now? 4 or 5? You know, how many losses has he had? And they've...
Yeah, it's Khabib.
He lost
and then
2 out of the last 3.
Yeah, and then the Poirier. So he lost 2 out of his last 3, but he's still got value. And
he does, but it'll be diminished. You know, if he loses another one, you can only talk so much.
Yeah,
shit.
But he also just sold a bunch of whiskey. He sold half of his whiskey company for an ungodly amount of money.
He's definitely doing fine with money.
Yeah,
barring any more lawsuits.
Ed English watching us from Rocky Boy, Montana. Jonathan Ron Cohen said he will challenge for top donation tonight. Let's go.
All right, Jonathan.
Jeff Mickey saying, is Brock coming back to the UFC? No, unless they throw an entire decade's worth of money at him. I don't see that happening.
I mean, how old's Brock at this point?
He's in his 40s.
Yeah. I don't know that he wants to do that training. And remember the last time he came in, he didn't do it clean.
Yeah, common word. Both fighters are in the octagon. Yeah, he pissed.
Well, that is a weird thing, right? You collect your paycheck and then you piss dirty. It might be worth doing.
Yeah.
If he wants to do one more fight. And then Jamie Malarkey from Central Coast, Australia, going with the
head to prove it.
Yeah.
He has got a Cillian Murphy kind of head.
Well, it does look like the face of somebody who has competed in mixed martial arts there. He's, but let's see. Let's see what goes on.
Let's take a look at these two fighters. Malarkey with 2 straight losses to Fares Sahim and Brad Riddell, both by unanimous decision. He's 0-2 in the UFC. Harry, prior to that, it was 4 straight stoppage wins on the regional level. Has a loss to Alexander Volkanovski by knockout when they were both on the Australian MMA scene. But he's knocked out 8. He's submitted 4 with 1 decision win. But when he goes to the decisions, he is 1-2, and he's been knocked out twice. On the opposite side, Kama Worthy, his last fight was a first-round TKO loss to Atman Azatar back in September. Prior to that was a 7-fight winning streak, including his first 2 UFC fights, beating the violent Bob Ross, Luis Pena by submission, and a first-round knockout of Devontae Smith in his debut.
Jamie Malarkey also 8-2 UFC takedown ratio, and
that's a pretty good takedown ratio.
That's a pretty good takedown ratio.
But, you know, I don't think both of these guys are going to be looking for takedowns here tonight. I see it as they're going to stand and beat the shit out of each other. Jonathan Roncone saying, how bad is it when you stop the noise from a chicken, but it's your mouth over a child? Good MASH series finale reference. Deep and disgusting, all at the same time. Henry Jansen asking Van Halen or Van Hagar. Van Halen. Take a look at the weigh-ins here, the tail of the tape. Malarkey 26, Worthy 34. Malarkey with the height advantage at 6 foot to the 5'11 of Worthy, both at 155.5 with a 74-inch reach.
Oh, okay. 5'11. Yeah, that's only 1 inch. Yeah, but they never highlight the age. Kama Worthy, 34 to 26. Yeah. Here we go. Bruce Buffer.
In a more subdued suit tonight.
Kind of very, going for a dark purple, like almost as he's mourning Prince's death.
He also is on next week's edition of Hell's Kitchen, according to the preview. Yes.
Bruce Buffer.
Yeah.
All right. It's good for him.
I have watched every episode of Hell's Kitchen during the pandemic, I believe. Every episode ever has been watched. Christus asking in the chat, is it main card already? Yep, we're getting ready for the first fight, the introductions of the fight. Worthy being introduced by Bruce Buffer right now. 16 and 70 is the minus 130 favorite according to DraftKings. Joe Wellwood asking who would win in a fight, Lemmy or God. Lemmy is God.
Yeah, thank you.
Fucking
Excuse me. You cop, you narc. Shout out to Airheads. Later. Good movie.
Love that.
Underrated movie. A lot of stars in that. A lot of star power.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. As I introduce Jamie Malarkey. You're doing a little bit of a shuffle here. Almost like he doesn't know what he's supposed to be doing.
He looks like an NPC in a fighting video game. He looks like one of those guys you fight in the beginning of UFC 4. Absolute Muppet. Oh, yeah, you guys in the UK got it before us. He calls out the ingredients for the contestants. Don't spoil who won it, though. I'll be pissed. Gene USMC hanging out with us tonight. Thank you so much, Gene. We are getting ready for our opening fight. It is Jamie Malarkey versus Kama Worthy, round number 1. And here we go. Both men going to the center of the octagon and touching gloves. Worthy controlling the center of the octagon. Malarkey a bit on his back foot here, a little tentative. No strikes thrown yet. 10 seconds gone by. Round 1, first strike thrown by Malarkey. Missed with a straight left. Hits with an overhand right, but a low kick. $5 donated by John Bennett. Thank you so much, John Bennett. 1-2 combination from Malarkey. Blocked, not landing. Straight left landed by Worthy. Follows up with another one. Lands another left shot. Low kick missed by Malarkey. Not for the brand on that one. Oof. Another low kick there by Worthy. Not getting enough on that, Harry.
It sounded pretty rough, but didn't do much damage here. And a little bit of sparring.
Oh, and a left in Malarkey makes Worthy do the Andy Are You Okay dance from Smooth Criminal. He flare-flops and Malarkey with a left uppercut sends Kama Worthy to the woodpile and gets a first round knockout.
Unbelievable. It looked very awkward. I can't wait to see the replay. But he definitely stiffed him in that. Oof.
He checked that. He paused that man.
I mean,
he paused that human being.
It was one of those things where even he was surprised that he was knocked out. The
yeah,
body
let's take
motion
a look.
Didn't register. Here we see the highlight.
He feigns with the right, hits him with the left. Malarkey just sends him on Dream Street. It was like the Ric Flair flop. He might as well have just front bumped.
He front bumped. Here we go. Lands him with the left and.
It just resets, but someone right there tweet out, if you get a highlight of that, just set it to the window shutdown noise, because that's what that was. It was the physical embodiment of the window shutdown noise.
It's like the feet were the last to receive the message that he was knocked out. I mean, that's unfortunately what it was. Wow. He took 2 steps back instinctually and then fell face down. And then Jamie Malarkey was able to jump on top of him and continue to hammer fist him until the referee, who looks like Mike from Breaking Bad, was able to put a stop to it. Wow, quick first round knockout. And you know what that guy means? More highlight packages, everybody.
We are going to...
A lot of filler
It
tonight.
is a good thing I have to piss.
All right, here we go as they do the... And Malarkey's still shuffling and dancing around here.
This is his...
He's just uncomfortable standing still.
Out of all of his victories, this is his 5th knockout in as many wins. And it ends a 2-fight losing streak. But Worthy got knocked out by Azatar back in September, so... And you can see the disappointment on Worthy's face. That's gotta suck. Like, that's really just gotta...
Buffer gives the official official victory here. They don't get paid by the hour, folks,
nope.
as the great Jim Ross would say. 46 seconds.
Yeah, the old Bob Holly adage, he doesn't get paid by the hour. Jay Anthony saying that fight was malarkey. Yes, it was. Ghost 11 C2X saying, who's your Hell's Kitchen pick? I'm going with Cody or Declan.
I'm more of a, what's the other one? Kitchen Nightmares type of guy.
Oh, I love Kitchen Nightmares. Like, Chopped is the best cooking show of all the competitive cooking shows. It's Chopped. Ed English asking, what are we drinking tonight? I have just finished drinking this Kentucky bourbon. So it will be proper 12, staying on whiskey for the remainder of the evening.
And I have polished off 2 Monster Energy drinks to keep me going while we play.
Dr. Damn Oz, accurate call on the no wrestling though, boys. Well, yeah,
no wrestling?
Yeah, there was no wrestling at all.
There wasn't much of anything at all there. I mean, it was, I think a couple kicks got in there.
He hit the boy with his own reset. He found the reset button on the man's modem. And that's what happened.
Yeah, and so I don't know if he'll get the knockout of the night. By default, if no one else gets knocked out, he'll get a bonus.
And for the result, Jamie Malarkey getting the first round knockout of Kama Worthy. That is a first round knockout of Kama Worthy. Jamie Malarkey getting the KO tonight here in round number 1.
And now Joe Rogan has the enviable task of having to do a full interview that's going to be twice as long as the entire fight. Let's see what Joe asks Jamie Malarkey in a second here.
You take over here.
Here we go. Joe Rogan saying, I'm here with the winner. Congratulations. Congratulations on your first UFC victory. How good does that feel? It feels unbelievable, says Jamie. We worked so hard for this fight. I'm glad I got a chance to showcase my skills. Rogan saying, you showcase your skills in the first 2 fights. They were very good fights, but you came up short. But this got to make this victory all the sweeter. Jamie says, it wasn't meant to be the last 2 fights, but I'm glad I had an opponent who'd actually come and fight this time, and he got the best out of me tonight. He brought the best out of me tonight. And now Joe Rogan saying, let's take a look at this beautiful setup. You faked him with the right to set up the left, and just perfectly placed, showing your handiwork. What were you thinking when you saw Kama Worthy drop? Shout out to Ross Peterson, my man who shot me my boxing. That's his game. When I hit the hooker, it just didn't feel like it was hard enough. It never does. But when I saw his eyes wobble, I watched him go down ever so slowly. And Rogan says, Jamie Malarkey, I know you worked hard to get here. Enjoy yourself. Congratulations. Glad to see you back in the octagon. Thank you, Joe. Can I give a quick shout out to Alex Volkanovski? We trained so hard for this thing together. He got his moment taken away. And I know he's going to make a real statement when he comes back. So, there we go. Jamie Malarkey, ladies and gentlemen.
What a fight by Jamie Malarkey.
Very quick and to the point.
Yeah, that was pretty fucking impressive.
He whooped his ass.
He beat the brakes off of that man.
That was just a...
Now we will just watch Jillian Robertson roll for the next 85 years.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of time to fill as we get set for the next fight, which is the Jillian Robertson versus Miranda Maverick.
Touch Magooch. Mm-hmm. Good name. Solid name. I don't know. Zach Galifianakis and Thick Brendan Schaub are doing commentary. Gang, buzz, LOL.
I think there's a compliment in there
There's
somewhere.
A compliment in there
Am
somewhere.
I the Brendan Schwab?
Yeah, Brendan. Yeah, you're Brendan Schaub because I'm the Ginger Joe.
Yeah, but my stand-up is actually watchable. So, yeah. What? I'm not
according to that guy from last month.
What? Which guy from last month?
Do you not remember? There was some guy in the chat just straight coming after your stand-up.
Was he? You didn't tell me about it.
I thought I said it.
Go watch my stand-up. I'm proud of my stand-up as a stand-up comedian. I've been doing it longer than Schwab or Schaub? Schaub. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll learn when he learns how to write a joke, I'll learn his name. But go watch my stand-up at Harry Terjanian. You can see the clips I put up there. You can check out my podcast, Man School 202. And then you can watch Brendan Schaub do Asian accents or whatever. He's not bad. He's not terrible, but he should not have gotten a Showtime special. And if he wasn't, who was?
Yeah, he works for Showtime Sports. So
right, he's not terrible. I'm going to say he's not terrible, but he should not. It wasn't special.
Don't go looking for my stand-up comedy. It's not good. No. Gene USMC saying, Matt, can we do did anyone bang a celebrity tonight?
Sure.
Yeah, why not? Go for it.
That was last month's question of the night. But yes, who is the most famous person you or someone you know has banged?
And someone verified. The last time it was Chris Isaac was the peak.
Chris Isaac was the peak.
And I think Chris Isaac knows who we are now.
I think we could beat it, guys.
Yeah.
So, and gals. I mean, gals are not opposed to this, you know. Gals can make mistakes with a celebrity one night too. Sure, let us know who you're. We've had a couple people. Some of the famous names were some of the ones last time.
Chris Isaac was the top one. There was a few other random ones in there that I'm just not getting.
Wasn't Peter Boyle
Stephanie Sotilli's Peter Boyle? Yeah,
her mom did Peter Boyle.
I alleged that my mom fucked the former owner of the Cleveland Browns,
Art Modell. Art Modell. I mean, you wish that were true. If your dad,
it would answer a lot of questions about my life.
You'd have to move back to Cleveland. I think it would be great.
No, I'd be a pariah. I could put in a claim that I own the Ravens.
I would move. Oh yeah, go to Baltimore and call yourself Art Modell Jr.
That would make a lot of sense after I cried the night the Giants lost to the Ravens in the Super Bowl.
That was funny. Schwab is terrible. I agree. As stand-up, he's good at his podcast is funny, but he's
yeah.
Let's see. I call it the way I see it. Sorry.
Shout out to Natalia19124 saying, "Hey guys, hi."
Sorry, they were doing a hair club. I thought they were ranking people's hair. It was brought to you by Hair Club.
No,
I thought they were doing.
No, Cy Sperlin making a comeback though.
For a second, they were doing the Hair Club. It was sponsored by Hair Club. They're doing the championship rankings. When I go, are they ranking people's hairlines now?
Devon Lee, Devin Lee, Miley Cyrus is his former boss. Saying their photos are all over the internet, allegedly.
Oh, boy.
Saying allegedly, because I'm not getting sued by Hannah Montana. Shout out to C4 San Diego. I would rather have a proctological exam with a grizzly bear than listen to 3 minutes of Schaub. And you've been hanging with us since the beginning, so, already better than that,
He put that on the reviews on the
cover of the DVD. That was the one that said Variety.
As part of the thing. I just had trouble also the thing where he talks about the UFC doctor. He does a Chinese accent.
Yeah.
And they interview the UFC doctor on another doctor.
You talked about this before.
Yeah. It was just very weird. Thank you for the donation.
Yeah, shout out to Iniyabong Akpan donating $10 to the cause. Right now, that's our leading donation. Our leading donation is $10. Right now, if you are able to donate the highest donation to either our Super Chat or to our PayPal, paypal.me/felt fundraising. All the money donated to the PayPal tonight will directly go to No Kid Hungry. We will match the money in the Super Chat to donate to No Kid Hungry as well. And that will get a signed A7FL football from me to you. It could be my name. It could be somebody else's name.
He'll sign it under whoever you'd like.
Yes.
Babe Ruth, if you'd like.
Yes, but there will be certain names that I will not sign.
Okay, all right, I guess.
There's a few.
The
list is subject to my approval.
Well, if you had a dream of having an authentic Adolf Hitler football, well, I guess you're out of luck.
Yeah, that's not happening. Hell no, am I doing that. Cillian Dunn asking who we have in this next fight, as we have Miranda Maverick making her way to the octagon. Coming off a TKO win over Liana Juja at UFC 254, which is her UFC debut. Her fourth straight win, third by stoppage, Harry. Has only lost by decision. Meanwhile, Jillian Robinson, coming off a loss back in December to Talia Santos by decision, ended a 2-fight winning streak that was over Poliana Botello and Courtney Casey by submission. And she got TKO'd by Macy Barber in her last stoppage loss in 2019. So when you take a look at it here, Robinson in a bit of trouble when it comes to the stand-up. If Maverick keeps this fight standing, even though Robinson's the veteran of the two fighters, if she can dictate the pace in the early going of this fight, I've got Maverick. Yeah. But it's hard to bet against a veteran.
I might go with Maverick as well. To be quite honest, I think I agree with what you said there. and Maverick entering the octagon with a little bit of energy, pacing around the octagon. I'm always fascinated by what fighters do when they come in.
I think it's just trying to get a footing under it. It's like why wrestlers run the ropes when they get into the ring.
Maybe, yeah. You get your feet under you. Sometimes I think it's nervous energy.
Yeah. Jeff Mickle saying you guys are the best commentary out there. Thank you.
We try.
We've got Tyler Lee saying someone from the MTV's Challenge. Can't say their name though.
Okay.
And shout out to Martin Cooper donating $5 to the cause. New to this, but hella job, guys. Thank you. You're a puddin'.
Oh, that's not a celebrity name. They're just throwing a random name out there? All
no.
Right. Well,
Maverick, they're just saying that they want they want to have win.
Well, in between all of this, we are taking the questions of the night. I guess we're continuing last month's question. Who is the celebrity?
Who's the most famous person you've banged?
Or somebody you know has banged.
Yeah, the most famous person someone in your circle has had relations with. The worst sports fan base, and what's worse, MMA fans or wrestling fans. We'll be answering we'll be reading your responses throughout the show tonight. And also, we're donating money to No Kid Hungry via paypal.me/felt fundraising, or in the super chat. We'll compile that money. I'll get with the bosses, and we will be donating a chunk of that money. I'll donate it out of my own pocket if I need to No Kid Hungry for all the awesome things they do to ensure that children around this nation, especially with all the uncertainty in the world right now, get meals, especially when schools are being shut down. There's not access to meals. So this is an opportunity to help them.
A worthy cause, as we see the Brazil.
Yeah, if you're not doing it, you're not helping the future, and you're being shitty to kids. What's wrong with you? Let's take a look at the tail of the tape. Maverick 23 to the 25 of Robertson. 5'5" is Robertson. 5'3.5" for Maverick. Maverick coming in heavier though with the more reach. 126 with a 65.5-inch reach. Robertson at 125.5 with a 63-inch reach. So the height on Robertson's side, but that reach is a huge factor, Harry. If she can get inside, she'll be able to land that chin.
Well, according to you, and I agree with you, it's going to depend on how the stand-up game goes here. Mm-hmm. As the introduction is being done out of Norfolk, Virginia, Miranda Maverick.
Shout out to C4 San Diego. I'll donating $5 for the cause. I'll smoke a pack of Mavericks if Maverick doesn't win. Bold choice, sir. Blair Monty donating $20 to the cause. Thank you so much, Blair. That is awesome of you. You are a mensch. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Cillian Dunn, watching us at 4:55 in the morning, paid programming, said he stopped watching when Brock Lesnar was the next big thing
in WWE.
Yeah, what's wrong with you? You missed some good shit. Go to Peacock and watch it there if you can, or if you don't live outside the United States, WWE Network.
Jillian Savage Robertson, very proud of her mouth guard that says Savage.
She just got it. Jason Herzog, the referee, looking like every stepdad in every 80s movie.
He does look like he's trying to take away the pledge pin in a Quiet Riot music video. By the way, MTV, not only do they not play music videos, I don't think they do shows anymore. It's just ridiculousness.
And then we would go with round number 1. Robertson controlling the center of the octagon. The 15th ranked Robertson going up against the unranked Maverick. Right hand missing by Robertson. Maverick feigning that right hand. 1-2 combination right-left does not land. Head kick attempt by Robertson does not land. Couple of strikes by Robertson not landing. Essentially shadow boxing in the dark. A click collision low crossers from both fighters. Nothing really landing here in the early going of round 1. Body kick checked and then a low kick landed by Maverick, almost sweeping the ankle of Robertson. Both fighters in the center of the octagon.
It is a stand-up fight as you predicted it might be.
Yeah, Robertson kind of keeping the pace a little frenetic, bouncing, bobbing, and weaving, feigning a left hand. Robertson trying to match the pace, eats a overhand left, and now feigning with the left was Robertson, who controls the center now with just over 4 minutes left to go. Just over 2 minutes gone by, pardon me. In round 1, Robertson trying to utilize her size, her size and her reach, not her height, and a head kick attempt, a body kick, checked by Maverick with a left hand to the head. Going under, tried to low downstairs, upstairs combination. Maverick did not land with 3:37 left to go. And then a quick right uppercut, left hook by Maverick landing. It's a frenetic pace here in the early going. Maverick looking akin to Kayla Harrison, who was mentioned in the chat earlier. Head kick attempt missed by Maverick.
Ooh, another uppercut by Maverick. Throwing a couple combinations and pulling back. Another front kick attempted by Robertson.
Trying to go for that can-can kick, Harry. Not yielding any benefits here. Robertson just trying to keep up the pace. Maverick seems to have landed more. Tried to go for a feigned Superman punch, did Maverick. Standing in the center of the octagon, 3 minutes left to go. Underhand left landed by Maverick. It was a pseudo hook. As both fighters are in the center of the octagon, but Robertson tracing on the border. 1-2 combination met by a low kick, and it looks like there's a mouse under Maverick's eye. I think it's her left eye. She's got a little swelling. Left thrown by Robertson. She's just feigning that left hand, just trying to protect it. Drew a stiff overhand left. Sent Robertson back a bit with a right, but she ate a couple of shots, and a powerful left landed by Maverick.
And more bobbing and weaving here. Maverick looking for an opening. Robertson keeping her away with that front kick periodically. A front kick for Maverick for a change.
Just trying to keep the pressure here. Both fighters in round 1 of 3. The women's flyweight division. That's Harry Terjanian on Matt Ryan. Body combination by Maverick into an upstairs. Landed a hook. And then a quick body kick into a left hook from Maverick. Maverick landing more strikes here, but backstepping to Robertson, who is now just kicking like Lisa Simpson did in that hockey episode of The Simpsons. I'll be checked on that by Steph in a second. Like the jaw of Maverick just got checked by a right hand by Robertson.
And Maverick's combinations, her technique has been pretty good. It's looked really great, but there's been a lot of power from Robertson and a lot of front kicks.
But Robertson gets stopped on a kick, and Maverick takes her down and now is on top and trying to gain for positioning here, trying to go into side control. Robertson pivots, so her feet are against the fence here. Under 90 seconds left to go in round number 1. Trying to turn out of it is Robertson, trying to get up to a vertical base. Grapevining the left leg of Maverick. Maverick peels off. Now Maverick puts Robertson against the fence. Both fighters back to a stand-up base. And here we go with 1:10 left to go in the round.
Robertson in the middle of the cage here, trying to find an opening. Pacing back and forth. Robertson controlling the center, going for a couple combinations. She lands them. And then back to the center of the cage again. Ooh, a high kick from Maverick.
Looking for an opportunity is Maverick, who's controlled the pace, got the only takedown of the fight. Whether or not it was luck or skill will be up to the viewer. And Robertson, little red under the eye, eating a right to the head, and then 2 lefts. Head kick checked by Robertson, but sends her almost near the fence and trying to block it. And Robertson Maverick just free with those strikes. They're heavy. They're not fast. They're heavy. And they're trying to land at a takedown, a spear almost, by Maverick, but almost gets yoinked into a guillotine and trying to make sure that Robertson doesn't pass the arm with 15 seconds left to go in just round number 1 here. This is the longest fight of the main card. And we will be going to round number 2.
Yep, there we go. It'll be round number 2.
Both fighters get back up to their feet after a scramble, and yes, Harry, we will go to round number 2.
Let's see if the corner has anything to say to either fighter. We're in Robertson's corner. Robinson. All right, fill it up with air. I need you to get more busy, says her corner. All right. You're backing up too much. You got to stop watching her. You need to keep going forward. You're giving her too much space. As we see the highlights here from the fights, Robinson's, we saw a strong low kick by Miranda Maverick and a good left cross that lands from Maverick as well. And then the spear at the end where she just saw an opening and just jolted forward, took her down. I mean, it wasn't much of an opening, but Miranda Maverick took advantage, and I guess that first round would have to go to Miranda Maverick.
I would give that 10-9 to Maverick.
A good amount of strikes, and she looked great doing it. Her technique, her striking's been looking very solid.
I want to shout out something in the chat. Super Funk Master G saying, I love watching female UFC fighters. They have the best angles when it comes to punches. Nick Paunovic, who, thank you for the compliment, also said, Super Funk, you don't tell no lies.
Here we go. Off to round 2.
Yes, Keisha, that guy George was very annoying last month. The guy that was talking shit about you in the chat. His name was George.
Let's see here.
20 seconds gone by in round number 2. Feigning with the right is Maverick. And now, landing with a left after a body kick from Robertson. And a head kick checked by Robertson as Maverick tried to lay her out. Missing with the left, but landing a head kick was Maverick. Just trying to find some room, find some opportunity here with 4:20 blaze it. Left to go in round 2, and then a right left to the jaw of Robertson by Maverick.
So Maverick continuing the striking domination from round 1. A Superman punch.
Robertson trying to go for the takedown, almost gets her neck cranked, ends up on her back, trying to just take Maverick down with her. She'll get counted for the takedown, and now trying to get into top position or side control as Maverick trying to scramble back up. The taller fighter in control, that one being Robertson, now in a lateral press position, the kind of thing you'll see in a wrestling pin, as Maverick just lands a couple shots to the eardrum of Robertson.
And she technically has side control in that position, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. Pin her against the cage here. Robertson grabbing the neck.
Yeah, Robertson could pull for a guillotine here. Robertson just punching to the hip of Maverick, who's grapevining the leg of Robertson. Now inside control is Robertson, now trying to get up to possibly a mount, and now into a weird small package position. Maverick trying to regain things. Robertson struggling really hard here to maintain position and get Robertson over, punching to the thigh as Maverick punches her about the face on the ground with 3 minutes left to go in round number 2. Trying to pop her hip over is Robertson. Maverick just pushing her off with her legs. Incredible strength here by Maverick. Maverick now on her hands and knees in the Luke Campbell position. Gave up her back. Is trying to now almost gonna get RNC'd by Robertson, but sinks her chin under. Maverick fights out of it, but now side control by Robertson.
A lot of strength, a lot of leg strength being used by Maverick to keep moving and not allow Robertson to get anything locked in. And even to this position, just keeping her moving. Robertson trying for the rear naked choke, but
Maverick, yeah, I'm sorry, Harry. Maverick interlocking her arms around the thigh of Robertson to avoid a submission attempt, and now grapevining the right leg of Robertson, as now she's in a fetal position, and Robertson trying to take the back of Maverick with 2:08 left to go. And now a Kimura attempt from the backside. Maverick standing back up, and now
Maverick grabbing the left wrist of Robertson, not allowing her to pull that Kimura off.
Yeah, trying to make sure she doesn't peel that Kimura off, and an elbow to the temple. Maverick crumples, but still holds on to Robertson. Maverick's fingers getting slapped away by Herzog, because she was holding on to the fence. 98 seconds left to go in round number 2.
And Robertson looking exhausted here, has the back, trying to go for a rear naked choke, but Maverick making sure she has her arms in place now. Back to the ground, Robertson on top of Maverick, side control attempt again.
And another pinning pseudo predicament here for Robertson.
Maverick kicking out of it, using her strength. She's used her leg strength tremendously and wiggles out here again. But Robertson grabs her and puts her down.
That's the thing. Robertson's been in control, but Maverick has found a way out every time and been using pure power. If she had better ground game, she'd be able to get right back up. Now we're under a minute left to go in round number 2.
And more there. Punches to the face from Maverick to Robertson. Robertson sitting down, holding the waist of Maverick.
And now in a seated position, Robertson trying to go for it again. Over 2:40 of ground control time by Robertson in the round. Tried to go for an RNC again. Pronouns, pal.
And Maverick smartly putting her chin down and turning her head to the side and wiggling out of it again.
But almost into a guillotine position. Maverick gets back up. What a fucking display from both fighters.
Tremendous strength from Maverick to power out of that. And now going for combinations here. Now that she's got her stand-up game back. A knee.
And just continuing to land that left hook. That left hook and a right uppercut. And there was a knee landed earlier to the body, throwing straight rights, and then that left hook. Again, that left hook is going to be the story of this fight, Harry. And 5 seconds left to go in round number 2. And now another takedown attempt.
More knees from Maverick at the end. It's interesting. Judges
That's the end of round number 2, by the way.
The judges might score that round to Robertson because she had control, but tremendous defense from Maverick the entire time.
Great defense there, but she wasn't able to get back up, and I think that's what the judges are going to base it on. It's good. It's a 10-point must system.
That was it, Maverick's corner. That was it. Now we got to keep you out on your feet on the ground. We're gonna punch her straight. You understand? Everything's straight. No easy money here. Everything's straight. And there we go. We'll go to the highlights here.
And thank you to everybody watching us across the Combat Culture Network. Shout out to BX Bowler. Shout out to Ernesto Gomez. What's up, my man? Thank you so much for joining us all day from Temecula, California. Joining us, Dan Sardi joining us here. A lot of people talking about Maverick here. Dan Sardi saying, hair is looking nice, dude. I don't know which one he's talking about because he got his layered and I just put mine in a ponytail.
Either way, thank you for the compliment here.
What 70s douchebag look are you looking for? Well, you found either one of them here tonight.
You look like you're trying to get into directing pornography.
Yes.
But you're not in it.
No, I'm not. It's like trying.
How can a fella get in on the game?
Kamara C watching us from Switzerland. Hey, my friend. Round number 3 getting started. Maverick looking tired. Robertson looking tired. A head kick followed up by a right uppercut by Robertson. Robertson piling on the punches. Almost checks the jaw of Robertson with a left hook. That left hook continues to be the case here in the 3rd round.
Even though she's tired, Maverick still looks technically sound with those combinations over and over, landing them. They're not powerful, but they are landing in quantity.
And she's kind of hopping across the ring. Robertson trying to do the takedown again, but that was caught by Maverick. Not letting her get taken down, and there's opening up with left hands to the face of Robertson, who is still holding onto that leg. Let's go. Ooh. And there is a cut, if not a mouse, underneath the right eye of Jillian Robertson. And Maverick stuffs another takedown, takes the back, and now is trying to pull for the submission. Could be going for a dragon fucking sleeper.
I haven't seen that in MMA, but unfortunately Robertson smartly gets the hands up there. Robertson sacrificed her face basically to try to take down, grab both hands, grab the leg of Maverick. Maverick wasn't having it and just opened up on Robertson. And now we're in a situation where Maverick is trying to put a rear naked choke on Robertson in the center of the octagon.
Yeah, Robertson and Maverick on their side. The legs of Maverick grapevined around the waist of Robertson. And Robertson, like a spider with a fly, has just caught her in her trap. And the referee may want to stop this one here. Robertson in the fetal position, just eating left hands from Maverick.
She's still fighting.
Yeah, she's making a fight out of this, but Maverick is just landing left hands to the ear and the side of the head of Robertson. Robertson still holding on to Maverick's right leg with dear life, just trying for something, anything in these last 3 minutes to try to win this fight. It's 1 round apiece, but Maverick now just driving her midsection and her left hand into the face of Jillian Robertson.
If Maverick can get to some base, there she goes, and she's just landing punches openly on the head of Robertson, who's now she's going for a front choke, a guillotine. If she can get it, I think she might have it. If she's going to try to crank it up there. Robertson holding on to the hand of Maverick.
Head strikes Harry. 46 by Maverick, only 9 by Robertson. Ooh. Robertson found a way out of it, but it's an elbow to the temple and trying to grapevine the legs around Maverick's body, climbing Maverick's body like it's the Matterhorn game on Price is Right, and interlocks the legs to try to pull for an armbar. Jillian Robertson will continue to persevere like Terry Fox running across Canada, but an elbow to the bridge of the nose by Miranda Maverick, who finds a way to posture out of it, and now in a weird variation of side control where she is sitting side saddle on the rib cage of Robertson.
Trying to pull her arm out from the arm lock, from the arm bar that Robertson was trying to pull out, and now Maverick on top in a bully position, basically.
Yeah, she's got the she's just sitting on the stomach of Robertson, whose face is continuing to swell after the constant assault from Miranda Maverick's left hand. And now both fighters trying to stand Maverick in a German suplex position from Robertson. Basically gets tripped by Robertson on the takedown. This has been a struggle here.
But Robertson on top, getting the back of Maverick, but Maverick moving around, not letting her hold on to it. I think she's going for a rear naked choke, but Maverick constantly in motion.
Finds a way back up to a pseudo-vertical base and now just basically trying to Thez press Robertson to the floor and continuing with that left hand.
And just pounding hammer fist after hammer fist. Another one and one last one for good measure, and then gets up, Maverick does, and then kicks her on the ass for good luck, literally.
Just soccer kicked her into tuchus.
I mean, I don't know if it was done for insult, but that's what happened. Maverick throwing some more combinations, and then goes in for a takedown against the cage on Robertson.
Trying to go for that takedown again. 42 seconds left to go. Trying to go for a single leg elbow to the side of the head of Maverick. And I think that just pissed her off, but almost pulled into a guillotine by Robertson. Robertson has her in a guillotine. And Maverick trying to pull her head out of it. Punching into the midsection of Robertson. Sinking deeper is Robertson. Can the Canadian pull it out in the last few seconds here? No. Maverick finds a way out.
Maverick punched the ribs until Robertson had to let go. And now, again, Robertson on the ground as Maverick continues to soccer kick her.
Right in the thigh. 10 seconds left to go, and Robertson tried to pull for a takedown again. They end up locking against each other. Maverick punching Robertson in the face, and we will go to the scorecards here.
Wow.
Dana White give them both the fight of the night, performance of the night bonus. That was one fuck of a fight.
A great fight. A lot of great wrestling on display. Really more wrestling and jiu-jitsu defense on display than anything else on the ground. I mean, a lot of great effort from Robertson to try to keep Maverick down, but Maverick always kept in motion, used her feet to keep moving.
That left hand and the transition game, we're seeing that replay here, some of the highlights of the fight. That Superman punch wide open into an attempt from Robertson for the takedown, but then you see that weird cravat attempt by Maverick into what was a great takedown by Robertson.
And we talked about the striking. We thought it would be a great striking match, especially from Maverick. Mm-hmm. But I was really impressed by her grappling, her wrestling, and just the positioning to get out of these situations. At one point, they're showing the highlight. She found herself in a guillotine choke and managed to just angle her way and fight her way out of it. Tremendous performance from Miranda Maverick, who I would be surprised if she doesn't win this fight.
Yeah, and a shout out to the over 600 human beings watching us across the Combat Culture Network.
And your pets, why not?
Yes, shout out to your pets as well. Hi, Olive, I love you. That's Harry, I'm Matt. You can follow us on Twitter below. Harry will have the official results for us in just a moment. He'll be playing Bruce Buffer. I will be playing the drunk man sitting next to him.
There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. The judges score the contest 30-27, 30-27, 29-28. To winner by unanimous decision, Miranda Maverick.
Miranda Maverick getting the
unanimous
decision
here tonight. One judge, 29-28.
Yeah, that's a little close.
A little odd, but fair enough.
No, because you can give the second round to Robertson, and Maverick Robertson had some moments there in the third round. You can make an argument for a bit of the first, like a few seconds of the first, but Maverick controlled the pace of that fight. The unanimous decision is the smart one. I am surprised one of the judges did not give it to Robertson.
Cormier saying that he thought Jillian won round 2, but either way, you can see how the judges would award. Yeah, we talked about how it would be a striking battle.
Yeah. But
really impressed by the wrestling and the really the defensive wrestling and defensive grappling of one Miranda Maverick. Really good fight.
Yeah, let's take a look at these stats here. 45 significant strikes to the 24 Robertson by Maverick. 3 takedowns by Maverick, 2 by Robertson. Ground control time, 322 by Robertson, but Harry, 415 by Maverick, and 1 submission attempt by Jillian Robertson, none by Miranda Maverick.
A great fight nonetheless here. You see more highlights. I mean, great punches, great striking from Miranda Maverick. No doubt.
If she gets a little more speed on her punches, she's going to be a top contender here. Shout out to Green74, who's celebrating their birthday today.
Happy birthday.
Thanks for joining us, Green. Mazel tov.
And here we go, Joe Rogan. I'm with the winner, Miranda Maverick. Miranda, congratulations on an excellent performance against a real veteran. It's a real kind of fight that we want to see from someone who's so highly touted as you are. How did you feel about it? Like always, I feel like I criticize myself as much as I can. There's always improvements that can be made. I had a really tough weight cut coming into this one. I think it affected me. But I hoped I could stay at the top of the division. Both grappling and striking. Got myself in trouble a couple times, but worked my way out of it. But nice to meet you, she says to Rogan. Rogan says, nice to meet you. That's what we really want to see from you, from somebody who's really exciting as a prospect. What happens when you get in a difficult position? Well, you defended really well and you adjusted, and then you came back in the next round. She says, I tried to. I have training partners that beat my butt all day, and I hardly ever win rounds in the gym, so it's pretty easy to get my butt kicked one round and get up and try the same amount the next. Miranda, that hard work is showing off. You're one of the most exciting prospects in the flyweight division. Congratulations on an outstanding performance. She says, I'll be back real soon. Can't wait to find out who my next opponent is. Congratulations, says Joe Rogan. A great, great fight. Was George okay? Guy's giving hits, stand-up Curry. I don't know what that meant. Matt, remind Harry that the guy's giving his stand-up Curry was George, okay?
I've said that.
What was that?
George, that was the dude from before who was a schmuck last month.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, he's not with us this time around. Sorry. All right, there we go. Miranda is buff as yeah, she's in great shape.
Yeah, Miranda Maverick is built she is built for this, and I think she's gonna have.
Did a tremendous job in this fight. I was impressed.
Just a little bit more hand speed, I think, is gonna be the big key for her.
Maybe
a little more hand speed.
As we prepare for the next fight, bantamweight fight, Sean O'Malley.
PD Northside saying, what up? How excited are you guys for the main event? We're quite excited, and now Daniel Cormier is giving Khabib a custom-made UFC champion chain.
Oh, nice.
Looks a little bit like the old Catalyst Wrestling Freestyle Championship.
There we go.
Cool.
5-star award showcase, best fighters in the sport. It's an award made up to promote the UFC.
It's SpawnCon. Speaking of SpawnCon, our friends at the A7FL have given us a actual footy ball. Are you going to the restroom?
Yeah, I am. Sorry.
They've given us an A7FL football for me to give away to one of you. They said, hey, Matt, how would you want to give away a football? Do you want to have some sort of trivia contest? I said no. Did I want to do something involving pants? That was me. They said no. But charity is something that we like doing. We like helping people on this show. We're schmucks yelling at a television while you watch us yell at a television, and we want to raise some money for a good thing. So tonight we're donating to No Kid Hungry. So kids around the United States can have meals because of everything going on with COVID-19. Kids who go to public school, kids who have to attend school, they're losing out on meals. We did this earlier this summer. We raised a bunch of money. We were able to help out No Kid Hungry. We want to help them out again. So the highest donation tonight to Felt Fundraising, paypal.me/Felt Fundraising, or the highest super chat of the night, that money will be matched to go to No Kid Hungry. Will be getting this A7FL football signed by me as either myself or a name that you want, but is not something completely, entirely shitty. Mick Geary, our top donation right now is $20. That's Blair Mowney with the top donation so far. We have... So that is the top donation right now, and we will be sending that to you. And Toker88, I still have to send you a painting, pal. So let me know what you want in a painting, and we'll be donating money at the end of the month to Wounded Warriors. Shout out to Sherwin September watching us from South Africa. Jacob Will, I just realized you have the same name as the Falcons quarterback. Yes, I do. Mark Stracco coming from Europe. Thank you, everybody from around the world. We got people from India watching us, people from Africa, people from Oceania, from everywhere around the world tonight. We have people watching us, just a couple of dicks on the internet, and it's kind of an awesome thing. It's really awesome to do that as we see Thomas Almeida making his way to the octagon. Almeida has not had a good run of it lately, Harry. He's lost 4 of his last 5 fights, last 3 all in a row to Jonathan Martinez, Rob Font, Jimmy Martinez, and Cody Garbrandt in reverse order. Prior to that, it was a 21-fight winning streak, including his first 4 UFC fights. He's knocked out 17, submitted 4 opponents, and 1 win by decision, but he's been knocked out twice and 2 decision losses.
See here, Derek Brunson saying, I'm betting the house on Thomas. Let's see what he can do. And then Sugar Sheehan. If Almeida can turn back the clock here, we could be in for a classic.
Good for him. Like, I don't know if Almeida will be able to pull that one off, but O'Malley, we didn't see the best out of him in his last fight. I don't think he was as focused as people would have liked him to be. He got duffed in his last fight. He got hurt, but I don't know. I picked O'Malley to win earlier this week on SBR, but I don't know, Harry.
You're changing your mind?
No, I'm not changing my mind. I'm not changing my pick. It's just more of is it something that we see happening?
Listen, when you get into these this section here where you start building up the losses, you're at 4 losses or something, it's usually the back end of a fighter's career. And maybe the beginning of a transition to Bellator or the bare knuckle fight league. But, I mean, the history of Almeida, tied for 3rd most performance awards in UFC bantamweight history at 5, 17 wins by knockout, 6th highest striking ratio among active UFC bantamweights. So
that's a pretty solid resume for a fighter. Kishigiri saying that O'Malley's a bit overrated. I don't know. TTIG saying he's too focused on his socials. Yeah, you can say that, but you could also make the same argument for McGregor. That's Ice Cube tray, I believe, is being shuffled.
Oh, okay.
About.
Sorry, I was confused what was going on.
It's like a dog being shown a card trick.
Here we go. Sean O'Malley.
Stan SBP in St. Petersburg, Russia, at 6 o'clock in the morning, still hanging out after an all-night party. That's a way to spend your Saturday. So, thanks for doing that. Get some breakfast. Get a sandwich. And O'Malley getting the special render graphic for his entrance. Could you imagine a guy like Sean O'Malley just being from Montana? Like being born and raised in Montana? Just looking at him?
Not anymore. I mean, you think of this guy as a coast... Montana.
Yeah. BX Bowlers just stole a line from me. I can't root for anyone who resembles 6'9".
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Chikashi?
Yeah, he does look like 6'9" a lot.
Have you seen that documentary or no?
I've seen both of them.
Okay.
And good lord, Supervillain on Showtime is a must-watch. Holy shit.
I mean, let's enjoy him while he's alive.
Yes.
He's going to be killed, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
it's something's going to happen.
Something bad is going to happen.
Either that or he's going to Henry Hill himself.
You double-cross the Bloods.
Yeah. Tom Print 94 donating a 99 pence euro, 0.99 euro. So thank you so much for that. I don't know what the currency switch over for that would be, but thank you so much. That's greatly appreciated.
Let's see here. As Sean O'Malley prepares here. Highest UFC strike differential in bantamweight history at plus 2.85. Awarded UFC contract on Dana White's Contender Series, Season 1, Week 2.
And also, the injury bug has been catching up on him. He was injured in his first round loss to Marlon Vera back in August. Prior to that was a 2018 injury in his star-making fight against Andrei Sukumath. His last 2 wins were the first-round TKOs for Eddie Vineland and Jose Alberto Quinones in 2020. He's knocked out 8, submitted 1, 3 decision wins, and he's been knocked out once. That aforementioned fight against Vera. Gotta wonder, he's got the pot leaf twisted into the back of his head. Gotta wonder if that's, if his mind is right heading into this fight. It's not about...
I've never seen someone braid a pot leaf into the back of their head. I don't know whether to respect him or hate him, but either way, he's got it.
Yeah, take a look at the tail of the tape. O'Malley, 26 years old to Almeida's 29, has a huge 4-inch height advantage at 5'11" to the 5'7" of Almeida, both coming in tonight at 136 pounds. O'Malley's 72-inch reach, Almeida only a 70-inch reach. And Bruce Buffer with the official introductions. Harry, where are you heading in this fight? What do you think?
I got to go Sean O'Malley. I think he's on a roll here, 12-1. I think Thomas Almeida, is in a tough situation here where he might be on the back end of his UFC career. It's hard to make those comebacks. I mean, he is the underdog by everyone's standard, including DraftKings at plus 250. I think O'Malley's going to do it. I know that he's been injured a little bit here and there, but I don't know. I just feel like he's going to continue the momentum.
Well, someone in the chat said he wasn't hurt. He got knocked out. Yeah, but his leg got fucked up in that fight.
Right. And it's going to have some effect on you. And he is the favorite at minus 335. Very loose in the octagon, swinging his arms a little bit. Very seemingly relaxed here.
Mm-hmm. And Dan's already asking what I'm drinking. I'm currently drinking Jim Beam. Jim Beam and cola.
And here we see referee Mark Smith ready to start this fight off. Round 1 of this bantamweight fight. Sean O'Malley and Thomas Almeida.
Darce on Periscope saying he will quit. He has quit in his heart. Almeida will take him. Wow, that's
really.
That's some stern.
Quit
that's
in
some stern
his heart.
shit.
All right.
Sounds like a proverb. Low kick to the knee by O'Malley. O'Malley, a house of fire with 2 quick shots. A low kick to the knee by O'Malley. Early going here, leading with that left hand, but right hand leads with a left body kick though, using that traditional stance. Low kick by O'Malley. He is not letting Almeida get off the blocks here. Just continuing with the pressure, kicking at the legs of Almeida is O'Malley.
O'Malley, southpaw stance, using a lot of side kicks, lands a left jab.
Didn't land that.
Yeah,
he tried to land that left cross. He looks a lot like Conor McGregor here. Look in how he's moving, how he's motioning.
And the chest tattoo doesn't hurt either.
That also helps. Pacing around the octagon is O'Malley.
O'Malley changing stances again, now traditional stance.
And there's that leg kick. Almeida had forced to hit the B button in Madden there.
And Almeida spun around from that kick. Another side kick there from O'Malley.
And O'Malley continuing to change stances. Harry now leading with his right hand. Almeida a little tighter in his stance. O'Malley looking like the Notre Dame mascot. Wide legs, wide arms, keeping his arms down, his hands down. Almeida keeping them right around his jaw.
I mean, definitely looking like O'Malley setting up for those kicks. A couple quick combinations for Almeida.
Almeida went for an overhand right and then an overhand left. Did not land either of them. Pardon me, a right uppercut. Did not land that one. Standing in the middle of the octagon is O'Malley. Spinning back kick to the midsection, followed by a left-right combination. O'Malley hitting all of that.
Almeida taking it in stride. I mean, he did land him, but it doesn't look like it's affected. Oh, Almeida with another combination pushes him forward.
Yeah, landed a stiff left, but eats a body kick and a left hook right to the jaw of Almeida. Almeida's nose starting to get a little red, Harry. 3:03 left to go in round number 1.
Almeida controlling the center of the cage at the moment.
The pace right now, O'Malley feigned away from a shot by Almeida. Almeida didn't pull the trigger. Both back in the center of the octagon. O'Malley changing stances again. Almeida leading with the left. Left body kick landed by O'Malley, but then caught by Almeida. Lands a straight left, does O'Malley with 2:34 left to go in this bantamweight fight. And then caught into a clinch was Almeida after trying to throw an overhand left. A feint knee landed by O'Malley, and then another low kick by O'Malley, a kick to the body by O'Malley. O'Malley continuing to put the pressure on here at a frenetic pace that Almeida seemingly can't keep up with.
And again, another kick by Almeida. But a head kick from O'Malley that lands, and he knocks him down with a left hook.
And Almeida gets seated and then gets right back up. Spinning head kick by O'Malley, blocked by Almeida. O'Malley is in control here. Almeida in trouble. He is hurt. Overhand right, and O'Malley makes Almeida stutter step. Body kick by O'Malley. Spinning head kick catches him a little bit. And an overhand left by O'Malley after a right hand missing by Almeida. O'Malley smells blood in the water, trying to put the pressure on here in round number 1.
Ooh, chipping away.
And a knee to the head tried to chip a whole piece of the wall off. Did O'Malley. Overhand left again by O'Malley. Missing hard with that left hand was Sean O'Malley.
A weird situation when Almeida went down. He almost looked at the ref as if there was supposed to be some type of stoppage.
Yeah, he was looking for the ref to stop the fight, but Almeida kept fighting. Both fighters whiffing hard there. A leg kick by Almeida. Overhand right by O'Malley, both missing. Body kick by O'Malley landing. And 26 significant strikes landed by O'Malley. 4 landed by Almeida.
And you could, spinning heel kick that misses. Almeida takes him down.
And picks at the ankle. O'Malley wrapped his entire knee around the head of Almeida, which tripped him down and almost got him put into a stretch muffler. 50 seconds left to go in round number 1. Both fighters standing in the octagon. O'Malley switches his stance again, like he's the kid in the escalator in fucking Mallrats. 40 seconds left to go in round number 1. No O'Malley in control, but Almeida putting the pressure on now.
And Almeida seems to have recovered from whatever dizziness or a side kick from O'Malley that does land. Not a lot of power on it. Another head kick.
That the front of his foot caught the side of Almeida's cheek. O'Malley leading with that left hand. He could have eaten a punch terribly there. Both throwing wild shots. Almeida landing with a right to the eye socket.
And O'Malley keeping his hands a little low here periodically. He's got to be careful with that. But both fighters back to the center of the cage. 5 seconds left in this first round. Both fighters waiting for something to happen.
They're just waiting
and
for
they will
something.
wait out the bell here.
And we will go to round number 2. Almeida finding a way to survive that one, Harry. God damn.
Find herself in a weird situation. Let's see if we can.
Almeida went to the wrong corner. Almeida went to a neutral corner and not his own corner.
Might be a situation there where it might just be confusion of what's going on with the cage.
His nose might be broken.
But that is a rough situation there. His corner is trying very desperately to keep that nose from bursting open there. They seem to be applying a Q-tip, something, as we look at the highlights here.
There's a Q-tip on the bridge of the nose, a kick to the body by O'Malley they're showing on the replay here. A lot of people have given this a 10-8 round in the chat. Some evil gamer said it's an 11-7 round.
An 11-7 round, wow.
And that kick kind of changed the pace of the fight. That left hook kick right to the jaw and then an overhand left. Almeida sat down, fell down, expected the ref to do something, and then absolutely nothing.
And we'll be up to round 2 here. As Almeida needs to regroup and get back into this because that round was a dominating performance from O'Malley. Both fighters start off in the center of the octagon.
O'Malley still with that very open stance with his legs and his wrists, leading with his left hand now. Almeida has a welt on his nose and has a gash above his left eye. Kick to the body landing by O'Malley. O'Malley continuing to change up his stance now, leading with his right. Almeida doing the same. Overhand left, leading into a couple of straight rights by O'Malley. O'Malley pressuring Almeida into the cage. Almeida went for a body shot with his left, did not land it. O'Malley with a right leg kick, almost took out the knee of Almeida. 414 body kick by O'Malley, did not land.
A front kick by O'Malley that, I thought it did. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Almeida, throws a high kick to the chest, but O'Malley moves out of the way.
Shout out to the 86er coming and joining us back in the chat. Good to see you again, friend. Spinning back kick by O'Malley. Tried to go for the jaw of Almeida. Did not land. 3:53 left to go. And then Almeida trips up O'Malley.
Just sweep kicked him, but O'Malley up very quickly. Not too much damage done.
Body kick by Almeida trying to go to the back of the knee of O'Malley. Almeida missing with a right hook that could have killed somebody.
And O'Malley with a southpaw stance, then just goes in for a jab and switches up. Back to the southpaw stance. Both fighters to the center of the cage. Almeida misses with a kick to the shins. O'Malley goes to the side shin kick.
And you can see Almeida's knee seized up a little bit because he had to rise up. Ooh. And Almeida his knee almost buckled under him after another kick to the knee. And O'Malley knows that's where to go. He can't protect that knee. O'Malley has landed
3 knee kicks in a row.
Almeida's landed 12 head shots to the head, 14 to the midsection, 9 to the knee, 2, 5, and 5 for Almeida.
So definitely dominating as far as the strikes go. And another knee kick, O'Malley. Discovering a new toy to play with.
That knee is swelling up, too. That left knee of Almeida, that front knee is swelling up. O'Malley landing a sharp left.
And then starting to spin his arm around cartoon style.
Yeah, he almost wound up like he was a cartoon character. Leg kick by Almeida, trying to see if he can get the same sauce off on O'Malley. Right hand landed by O'Malley, followed by a left, and a kick to the body with the left leg by O'Malley. Another right kick by O'Malley.
O'Malley feeling very comfortable keeping his hands down for a lot of these combinations. and now just almost baiting Almeida by purposely putting his arms down and leaning in, dodging a spinning heel kick from Almeida.
Almeida threw an overhand right and then a spinning heel kick in all like one Eddie from Tekken kind of capoeira-esque turn, but not landing either of them. O'Malley in control here, 2:02 left to go in round number 2.
Almeida controlling the center of the octagon, but O'Malley with a front kick and then some combinations.
We are near 1,000 people across the Combat Culture Network. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share on social media. Tag at MMA Mania, at Bloody Elbow, and at Harry Terjanian, and at M. Ryan Consulting. Shout out to Stephanie Sotilli, you can follow on Twitter at Steph Sotilli. Right hand landed by Almeida, shot to the jaw. 94 seconds left to go in round number 2.
A jab from O'Malley and then pulls back. Both fighters in the center of the octagon here, trying to figure out what the next maneuver is. O'Malley feigning a kick and then switching his stance southpaw again.
He keeps changing his stance. He keeps trying to find other opportunities to light up Almeida. I'm surprised he didn't keep going back to that knee kick. Checking a kick to the head was O'Malley by Almeida.
Well, he does switch stances, but he uses that. When he switches to a southpaw stance, he uses that right leg to do those knee kicks. And then when he switches to a traditional stance, he does the spinning heel kick or the side kick. So
I think that's a better leg to pivot off of. I think he just knows that's it. Oh, and lands a left to the jaw. Almeida feels the pile on as O'Malley gets him up against the fence. O'Malley starting to control here. Almeida looking like Jake LaMotta at the end of Raging Bull, and that is not a compliment. Kick to the body, checked by O'Malley, landing a right hand to the face, and O'Malley now dancing inside the octagon.
Another side kick to the knee attempted by O'Malley. Both fighters in the center of the cage. A feigned maneuver by Almeida. Not even a punch. Just a lot of bobbing, weaving.
And a knee gets tripped up. Does O'Malley. He slips on the mat. Almeida takes advantage of it. Lands 2 quick lefts. And now O'Malley trying to bicycle kick his way out of a situation where Almeida is on top. And O'Malley stops Almeida from a fucking vicious punch by just kicking him in the shoulder. And now going after that knee is O'Malley. Almeida got stumbled and we will go to round number 3.
A good situation that had happened towards the end of the round for O'Malley, but O'Malley still using his quick feet to make sure not much damage happened. I would say that was the second round. Teddy Atlas saying, O'Malley, I haven't seen someone this talented and unorthodox since maybe Prince Hamed in the 80s, and literally colorful style. It's coming from Teddy Atlas.
That's a big one. People. That's a big compliment.
The legendary.
Did he mean Prince Nassim Hamed?
Because he was
Prince
in the
Hamed. He was 90s, 2000s.
He said 80s. I don't know. I'm not going to argue with Teddy Atlas. Also, his Twitter. So he might have had to. Here we go. O'Malley's corner telling him, you need some more urgency around. You're down by 2. We've got 5. Is that correct? Did I hear that properly?
I don't think they're down.
I don't think O'Malley's down by 2. Maybe he's saying that they're going to come. Yeah. Sorry, tuned in halfway. Just technical difficulties. I think he meant that Almeida is going to come out with a sense of urgency because he's down by 2 to keep in mind of that. But so far, O'Malley doing a tremendous job. And referee Mark Smith waiting for everything. And here we go. We're down to round 3. Both fighters pound gloves.
And Almeida getting that knee worked on again. O'Malley just trying to super kick that kneecap out of place. Changes stances again. Leading with his left is O'Malley. 15 seconds gone by. Round 3. Push kick by O'Malley sends Almeida back a few inches.
And a feigned kick from Almeida. O'Malley so far feeling like he's in control here, and rightfully so. A missed kick by Almeida.
And a spin. Ooh,
a matching one that did land
kick
by O'Malley.
O'Malley with the low kick. Almeida spin moving again.
Anything you can do, I can do better type of situation here.
This has been a great fight for O'Malley, showcasing his skills. Almeida with a game effort here, but he might end up in the I need a job line sooner rather than later unless he's able to knock O'Malley the fuck out.
I mean, O'Malley looking great so far in this fight. Another knee kick, and that knee is swelling up like a grapefruit.
That knee, and then the O'Malley doing the end one, I'm across you over pose. And then another super kick right to the kneecap, 349 left to go, and then an overhand right to the skull of Almeida, cracking him like a bell. And Almeida,
great at following up these strikes with another combination when he gets his opportunity.
Yeah, he finds the pocket, busts it open, resets, and the straight left by O'Malley. And that's the thing, Almeida's not able to catch up to the game plan. He knows what's coming, but he can't figure out the pattern. Kick to the body by O'Malley.
Spinning heel kick.
And Almeida blocks the head kick, but eats a couple of shots and a couple of punches to the chest. Left-right combination by O'Malley. Almeida looking a lot like Matthew Bevilacqua from The Sopranos in the face after those punches. 3:06 left to go in round number 3.
Both fighters at the center of the octagon here, pacing each other out here. Almeida trying to go for maybe a knockout, but he needs to do something very drastic here. And O'Malley still looking fairly sharp throughout this. Changes to a traditional stance again.
Almeida is just throwing everything at the wall while O'Malley's throwing everything in Almeida's knees and jawline.
And O'Malley's done a good job at making this very difficult for Almeida. Almeida has to do something drastic and not a lot of ground and pound, really. Just a lot of striking and standing up so far. Maybe that might be what Almeida has to do.
Almeida put the gas on for a second, but here we take a look here. 67 of 134 significant strikes landed by O'Malley for 50%. Almeida 16 of 34, only 30%. So you see the 16 of 54 for 30%. A huge difference in output and just landing
O'Malley
between these two fighters.
Some great use of that reach. A lot of power, speed, and accuracy on everything that O'Malley's done so far in this fight. A spinning back fist that misses, followed by a spinning heel kick that also missed.
And now O'Malley's back up against the fence. A minute 45 left to go in round 3. Almeida missing with a leg kick. And a couple of shots almost pulled O'Malley into a guillotine, did Almeida. But O'Malley moving his head. And again, that kick to the knee by O'Malley, trying to just pineapple Almeida's leg.
O'Malley doing a good job with those kicks to make sure that Almeida can't come close to him, keeping separation.
Almeida threw an overhand right, spinned back on his right foot, and then basically just fell on his ass. And now O'Malley in the clinch, right uppercut. Almeida looks goofed. O'Malley gets him again, and that's it.
Done.
With a minute 8 left to go, a TKO.
That looked very bizarre. Yeah,
Sugar Sean O'Malley caught him with the right hand, caught him with the right uppercut. Almeida fell back, turtled up. The ref, it looked like O'Malley was waiting for the ref to stop the fight.
Mark Smith did not stop it, so O'Malley went in, landed 2 hammer fists, I would say.
He just went over and just whacked him in the face.
Until Mark Smith immediately stopped it. We'll have to see the replay. Sean O'Malley shouting, "That's all you got to do."
Let's take a look at this replay here. Spinning back kick to the
ribs of Almeida.
And you see that kick to the leg, trips up Almeida. Left kick to the head, sends Almeida wobbling. And then you see a kick to the midsection.
These are highlights from earlier, but it's not the finish, right?
Yeah. That kick to the knee, just chopping the tree down the entire fight was O'Malley.
Again, more and more kicks to the knee.
And there's that left, that overhand left sent Almeida down, spins around, ends up on his back, and then eats a right hand that just sends him out. And the referee, Mark Smith, stops the fight. O'Malley does a shout out to Jim Jones, does the ball in, and will get the victory here, and will go to 13-1 on his career.
Well, yeah, it's a situation where Almeida was kind of out and referee Mark Smith didn't notice it. I don't think it's his fault. I think it happened so quickly. But, regardless, O'Malley with a dominating performance and finishing it. Oh, boy. Referee Bruce Buffer says referee Mark Smith has stopped this contest at 3 minutes and 52 seconds of round number 3, declaring the winner by knockout, Sugar Shane
Mosley.
Shane Mosley, out of nowhere.
Just man's in.
Sean O'Malley, Sugar Shane and the Fan Man. I mean, any celebrity that comes in with the Fan Man style is great. That is literally how every Logan Paul fight should end from now on. Is somebody fan manning with a lucha mask on, and I don't know what O'Malley's doing. Is he mocking?
I think so. I think he's fucking with Dana. Cillian Dunn saying, is it me or does Almeida look like Jake Peralta from Brooklyn Nine-Nine? A little bit. He does kind of look like...
Joe Latrulio?
No, fucking Andy Samberg.
Oh, Andy Samberg? Maybe, a little bit.
Yeah. Take a look at the chat here. Gene USMC said, wow, Almeida looks like Eric Stoltz in Mask.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
Alvy Hoke saying, Almeida's nose is on the other side of the octagon.
Yeah, I'm going to have to pick it up. There we go. Joe Rogan. I am here with the winner, Sugar Sean O'Malley. Congratulations. Not one, but two walk-offs. Walkouts. Walkouts?
Walk-offs.
Walk-offs. It looks like you had him KO'd. Sorry, the closed captioning said different. Looked like you had him KO'd. You thought the ref was going to stop the fight. Sean said, I thought so. I thought he was done. He's tough. That dude's legit. He's legit. Dude is legit. Rogan saying so tough. In that moment, do you think if you jumped on him, you would have been able to stop it in retrospect? O'Malley says potentially. What happened was good. I only have 15 minutes to perform, maybe a couple times a year. When I get in there, I got to do something sweet. Mm-hmm. Rogan saying you certainly did. And maybe it's even better in that way because you got to do a lot of work. You went through three good rounds, and you put him away in the third. But another shot where you dropped him, and that one, maybe more so than the first, should have been stopped. He didn't even respond to the finishing punch. O'Malley saying, yeah, there's a big storyline coming into this fight. A lot of smart people, or who I thought were smart, were talking about you just got to kick his legs. I'm not an elite level striker. Like I haven't had 30-something fight. I know how to check kicks. So I got to prove a lot of stupid people that they're stupid. It was nice, says O'Malley. Rogan saying another wonderful performance, spectacular performance. You've earned it. You showed a whole level of your game. You showed a lot of improvements. You got that knockout that you wanted. Fucking love you, Joe Rogan, says Sean O'Malley. Thank you. Big win for Sean O'Malley. Here we go.
Shout out to Jesse White joining us tonight. He's glad we're doing this. Hey, how are ya? Someone shouting out Kevin Kelly, the journeyman boxer. There's Machine Kelly and Megan Fox in the audience for reasons.
They're together?
Is that Steve Wynn? That is Steve Wynn. And then two emo children. There's
Travis Barker, I would
and a Kardashian.
Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker. Are they together?
Yeah, they're together now.
I did not
eating
know that.
blow pops for some reason.
This is how I find out celebrities are together now. I'm so out of the celebrity gossip. I just want them one day to do that and then just have it be like Anthony Kiedis and like Betty White. Something just outrageous. Like, what? Is Kanye West doing it with Cloris Leachman? Although she passed. All right.
An NCAA update. Syracuse 34, Houston 40 in the early second half. You know it's college basketball when they are in the mid-double digits, and it is the second half.
Oh, boy.
Eesh.
Defensive
You're working
display.
D3 games. You just hate yourself.
They're showing a little bit of Tyron Woodley's welterweight title run.
Yeah, he had a great title run. Defeated Robbie Lawler to win the title. A draw versus Stephen Thompson. Defeated Stephen Thompson in the rematch. Defeated Damian Maia by unanimous decision. Defeated Darren Till by submission. So bookending two stoppage wins were 3 straight trips of the scorecards.
945 days as champion, the second longest in UFC history.
But we've seen him since losing that title, including that title fight against Kamaru Usman. I don't know if this is the same Tyron Woodley. He lost to Colby Covington, for God's sake.
Well, that's never a good resume stuffer from my perspective, but might be the last hurrah. This is his opportunity to do something here.
And it seems like we'll have the walkout to the octagon in about 2.5 minutes per that sponsored content they have on the screen.
There we go.
And I want to thank all the thousands of people joining us right now across the Combat Culture Network.
Anyone answering the questions of the night?
We'll reset our questions of the night.
Sure, why not?
Who is the most famous person you or someone you know if it's copulated with? What's the worst sports fan base? And what's the worst fan base between MMA and professional wrestling. And also tonight, I'll be giving away this A7FL football to the biggest donation. The biggest donation on YouTube will go directly to No Kid Hungry out of my own pocket. And also, if you donate to paypal.me/thefelt fundraising, your money will directly go to No Kid Hungry. And the biggest donation of either donations tonight will go directly to No Kid Hungry. And you will get this football signed by me, as me, or somebody else that's not terribly offensive. That's just shitty. And you can check out the A7FL beginning April 11th every Sunday. 2 live games I'll be producing and maybe even calling a few. And go to A7FL, search it across social media and television. Shout out to Blue 3 donating $5. Mike Perry donated. Mike Perry beat Vicente Luque but got robbed by the judges. Fact. Chris Ma donating $2 to the cause. Shout out to him. Liam Simpson, 1994, just writing my name with all caps. Heron Rowan saying dripping with soy broadcast. I guess we're soy boys.
What does that mean? I don't know.
I guess because we're liberals. I don't fucking know.
We haven't been political.
Not at all.
I bite my tongue through these friggin' things, and I got a lot to say.
Oh, I go through like half a bottle of whiskey, and usually it's me arguing with people who I believe in the same politics with. That happened at that bar one time.
Oh boy, yeah, you get in fight with other people on that thing. That's just mean. More like, that's a good one there. Kobe has the best fight against the champ so far. I guess.
Yeah,
but that was
fuck him.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why, because we don't like Colby Covington.
We don't like Colby?
It's not necessarily
not
necessarily political. It's just he's a dick.
Right. He's just kind of a.
And he can't cut a promo worth a good goddamn.
But he thinks he can. I think that's what it is.
That's fine. You can think whatever you want.
Like he thinks when people are booing him that it's because he's doing a job as a heel or something, and it's not that.
It's not. It's go away heat. FUQ watching us on Periscope saying you guys are champs. Thank you so much. HJang12, a little bit, and.
Yeah, more people.
Jared McClain saying you guys are decent until you get into your 0 IQ political takes.
0 IQ.
What have we been talking about politically?
I don't know. I think it was just Colby.
Like he just can't cut a promo. I probably don't agree with him all the way on political stuff.
But there's plenty of UFC fighters who are conservative politically. I mean, a lot of them.
Yeah, there's a fair amount of them, but it's more of just the like. He's a tryhard.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with his politics.
He's a great fighter. A little boring for me, but he's a douchebag.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think the time we showed up for the workout and he brought strippers and pretended that they were
from a strip club where I knew somebody who worked there, apparently.
Yeah, he brought those strippers out and was acting like he was banging the.
Yeah, where all the strippers are like, we just showed up in a limo like 10 minutes ago.
Right. So I don't know. Colby is the number 1 contender, and is he the number 1 contender technically? I'd have to look at the rankings.
I think he's number 1 ranked, but. It's going to be Masvidal who gets the next fight, so...
Yeah, well, by hook or by crook, let's see. As we see the preparation here from Vicente Luque. Again, prepared to enter the octagon.
Yeah, Luque in a no-win situation here. If he loses, he's probably going to get cut. If he wins, he's just going to get flamed on the internet by all of Woodley's fans.
There we go.
Zodiac saying Almeida's last win was in 2016. He's lost 4 of his last. Oh, that's Thomas Almeida. He's got 2 straight stoppage wins over Randy Brown and Nico Price in May. He lost to a common opponent in Stephen Thompson. Had a 6 straight win streak before that, including a win over Mike Perry. 11 finishes, second most among active UFC welterweights. 10 knockdowns. Tied among most active UFC welterweights, and 5.72 strikes per minute, the highest rate among active UFC welterweights. Luque's a bad dude, and Woodley, pull for a guy like Tyron Woodley. Shout out to Jay Benfield donating £2 to the cause, watching us at 4:40 in the morning.
Thank you, but what is that in real money? It's probably worth more at this point. I have no idea what the exchange rate is. And Tyron Woodley.
Looking focused, walking to the octagon, probably listening to his own music.
I forgot about that, right? He does his own music. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe he switched over He's got to listen to something more motivational.
CNC Music Factory, probably. Harron Romer saying Colby is Sonnen 2021. No, Sonnen can cut a promo off the top of the head. Take a look at the welterweight rankings. Woodley ranked 7th. Luque ranked 10th. They could flip-flop here, or Woodley can fall out of the top 10 completely with a loss. Woodley behind Michael Chiesa and Stephen Thompson from the 5 to 10 range. And in between both Woodley and Luque is Damian Maia and Neil Magny.
I mean, a win here for Tyron Woodley, could put him anywhere in the welterweight. I mean, it could bump him up. It could put him in the title picture.
Yeah.
I mean, look, it's still Tyron Woodley, It's still fun to see that name, and you hope that...
You just want to see him beat the shit out of somebody or just be into a dogfight, but that fight against Colby was not his best performance. Hopefully he's more focused, more centered. He's disappointed he didn't get to whoop Colby Covington's ass, so, They don't like Covington because they're part of the Writers Guild, i.e. liberals. We are non-union.
Yeah, you think this is a union?
Yeah, this is not a union
this
gig.
Is a fucking union gig.
I have not been paid to write comedy. If
I hope he means other people. I hope he's not saying us. If you think this is a fucking
there's a lot of liberals who I just dislike. Like, there are people politically who I agree with, who I know are terrible people. This is just a douchebag argument, not a political argument. C4 San Diego saying the worst fandom is UFC 2000. 2000 UFC's fan.
The 2000s
Ooh,
era.
The Affliction shirt makes a strong argument.
Boy, man, yeah, those Affliction / Ed Hardy, the unofficial sponsor of that UFC era. Do they still make Ed Hardy t-shirt? They have to, right? They're still in business, right? But I just don't see those. Hey, I'll tell you what. I was out in Los Angeles in Huntington Beach.
I'm sorry.
Not too long ago, and I'll tell you what look is out there. The Vans. Low-top Vans, ankle socks, and the Bass Pro Shop is the new hat.
Yikes. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape here. Woodley is 9 years older than Luque, 38 to 29. Woodley at 5'9", Luque at 5'10". Woodley at 171, Luque at 170.5. 74-inch reach for Woodley, 75.5 reach for Luque.
Bruce Buffer doing the introductions. Tonight looking like a Frankie Valli impersonator. Always looking fantastic. The great Bruce Buffer. Still never found out whether he auctions off those jackets or not.
I would.
He must.
No, he retires them. We keep talking about this.
He retires them?
He hangs them up in the rafter of his closet and gets a new suit every time.
Do you know how big that suit? I feel like that guy from Casino. Do you know how big? Do you know how long that would take? You want an equal amount of jackets in the closet? Do you have any idea how long that would take? Vicente Luque bobbing up and down here, preparing the silent assassin.
Looking like a young Steve Blackman.
And pounding his chest here, very excited to get this going. He needs to get something going here at 19-7-1, on the verge of being cut. And they have been cutting people.
Yeah, they will cut you
right
indiscriminately. If you look at Dana the wrong way at the buffet, you're getting cut.
They're itching to find reasons. They're just creaming their jeans to let people go. I just wanted to use the term cream their jeans.
You look like a person who would say that unironically.
That's true.
You look like you should be outside of a VFW, even though you didn't serve.
I'm there for the beer?
Yeah. You laugh, but I know a lot of people like that.
I heard they serve beer here, man. I was in the cola wars of the 80s. Here we go.
We lost a lot of friends on Mount
friends to diabetes. Jason Herzog, the referee, looking like a overeager mortician with his jet black hair and those black gloves.
He is quite ghoulish looking.
He
referee.
Just did one of these, and it was just a little too much for Jason Herzog.
And both fighters are ready. And
Here we go.
Woodley coming out like a house of fire, already grappling Luque after landing a shot, pressing Luque up against the fence. Woodley trying to use his world-class wrestling here and take down the Brazilian.
And he has his arms pinned above his head and trying to sweep the leg from underneath.
But Luque, great power here. Great base knee to the midsection by Woodley.
Almost a low kick.
Yeah, Luque.
And it looks like another, almost a knee to the groin here. Yeah, Woodley's got to be careful.
Woodley's about to get somebody in the ball bag. Luque pressing Woodley against the fence, knee to the midsection again by Woodley, the former champion at 170 pounds, looking to try to reassert his dominance here in the division. Eats a shoulder shot by Luque, trying to change up where his neck is positioned, bouncing back and forth while Luque grinds him up against the fence, knee to the midsection by Woodley, met by a shoulder strike by Luque.
And whatever energy Woodley had is using now to try to fight Luque off the side of the cage. He came out fast and furious. But now, Luque reaching underneath the thighs there. Got to be careful.
And
going for another shoulder strike. A knee to the knee by Luque.
And just trying to drive that knee into the thigh. Needed a body that time by Woodley. Another shoulder strike by Luque. Woodley breathing through his mouth slowly, trying to not avoid the pressure. Now they look like they're dancing and switching positions. Now Luque's back against the fence. Needed a body by Woodley.
Dancing cheek to cheek here. And then Luque flings Woodley off. Woodley able to escape. Both fighters to the center of the cage. Woodley going back to a lot of energy, a lot of combinations there.
Throwing that overhand left, followed up by a straight right, and then going for another takedown attempt as Woodley stuffed by Luque. Luque throwing a knee, preceded by a knee by Woodley. Both men standing in the center of the octagon. Woodley trying to drive his neck into the neck of Woodley.
Slow dancing to try to gain some control here. A shoulder check by Luque.
Before that, it looked like Luque knocked Woodley right in the beans, but that seemingly did not happen.
Referee Jason Herzog has not called a low kick yet. And more knees as Luque pins Woodley against the cage here.
Knee to the body by Woodley with right hands by Luque right into the ribs.
Woodley going for some knees, but Luque making some distance in between the two, so the knees are not having much impact.
Woodley was blocking those right hands by Luque by lifting his knee and having Luque punch him right in the knee.
Yeah, and continuing to, he's getting some knees to the stomach there, but not doing much damage due to the distance. Luque going to try to squeeze out, getting his arms underneath.
Woodley was trying to use his wrestling early on here, but Luque's been able to stop him. And yes, Gene, that is a photo of Bobby Bonilla.
The greatest businessman ever to play for the Mets. Here we go. Both fighters back to the center of the cage.
A right hand by Woodley clipped Luque in the back of the ear. It looked like it hurt him for a second, but now standing in the center of the octagon with his hands up, but eating a right and a left by Woodley. Luque throwing a right uppercut that sends Woodley flying. Now his back against the fence. Then Woodley stumbling, fumbling, trying to stay standing. Luque opening up shots. It was a left and then a right. Woodley trying to stand, eats a knee to the head, and Woodley is done. No, he's got to stop this fight. Herzog has to stop the fight. Overhand right by Woodley, who's trying to stay in this fight. One big shot, a big gust of wind will blow him over. Luque looking to close this one out here in the first round. Knee to the face, blocked, and Luque. Woodley drops down to the ground. Luque looking to apply a choke here, maybe a bulldog. Locks around the throat of Tyron Woodley with a minute 20 left to go in the round. Trying, this former UFC champion, trying to stay alive here. He is caught in what looks to be a Peruvian necktie. Just really trying to squeeze the pressure on. Woodley trying to roll over, trying to find a way out of it. And he taps out.
He taps out. Oh my God, a terrible situation for Tyron Woodley. Was knocked out on his feet, was fighting on instinct. You hear that in wrestling all the time. Woodley literally was fighting on instinct. His feet were wobbly. He was swinging wildly in self-defense.
I don't know how the fuck he was still standing. Woodley just stayed there.
And referee Jason Herzog giving a lot of leeway to Tyron Woodley. Even when he fell back, he was wobbly and bouncing back against the cage.
Yeah, so
hardly able to stand.
It was this uppercut. It was a right uppercut. Then in that overhand left, we'll go back to the replay, we'll break it down. But you saw it with one big shot, the entire momentum of the fight changed.
Show it.
And it was an elbow. That was a great elbow by Luque. Pardon me. But here we see that overhand right sent Woodley stumbling, backed him up against the fence, and you can see Woodley's out here. And then there's that overhand right behind the ear, quick left, another right, just overhand rights to the back of the head at that point.
And Vicente Luque tried to knock him out, but couldn't knock him out.
He just would not go down like Homer Simpson versus Dredrick Tatum.
And until he was finally able to get him down and apply a variation of a guillotine choke from the front, a side neck choke, until Tyron Woodley finally had to tap and had no choice. He was on his feet but did not gain proper stance. You could see his stance was off and his arms were at his side. He was not defending himself, and referee Jason Herzog gave a lot of leeway there to some degree.
Yeah, he was
but
letting him go out.
But it looked like he was out on his feet.
Yeah, he was letting him go out on his sword.
You saw his legs stiffen up, and he was wobbling the entire time.
Green 74 with the truest line of the night. Time is undefeated.
Yes, unfortunately, Tyron Woodley will now go to 19-7-1. And
it is 11:47, and it is the co-main event. That was the co-main event.
That was the co-main event.
That was the co-main event.
Okay,
we have one fight left, and it is not even midnight.
Oh boy, we're gonna do a little bit of filler
Jesus
here.
Christ.
Well, it's okay, you know, these things. Well, I guess if you paid for I guess we're paying for the fight,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I never mind if the fight night doesn't go on till 2:00 in the morning here as we get the official results.
Joe Boyd
due
saying
to a dark choke.
Darce choke.
Darce choke, right?
That was a Darce. It was a Darce. Apologies for the confusion. It
caption.
went like 19 different. No. It went 19 different ways leading up to the choke. I miscalled it. Thank you, Ben Rao. I like your play-by-plays. Thanks, TTIG, for getting it right. Joe Boyd, 18 straight rounds lost in a row for Tyron Woodley.
That's not a great stat when you break it down that way. Oof. And Vicente Luque. Tyron Woodley came out house of fire, a lot of energy, a lot of power, but it didn't do much. He didn't take him down with the strikes, and then he couldn't even take him down through grappling. Just didn't have it. Vicente Luque was quite impressive in that situation because he was trying to take him down.
And now Vicente Luque ties with Matt Hughes for the second most finishes in welterweight history, behind Matt Brown, who has 13.
That's pretty impressive for 20 fights. 12 of them end in a finish.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, moves Vicente Luque up. So that's one of those fights. This is an opportunity for both fighters here to change their standing here. Vicente Luque will not be cut. A really impressive performance, too.
Yeah, what a performance tonight by Vicente Luque. It sucks for Tyron Woodley, though. He really did not have the wrestling skills tonight. He was not able to out-muscle Vicente Luque. He just completely could not keep his game plan going. Everything collapsed around him, and then just the body was willing, the heart was willing, but the body just wasn't there. That just really sucks for him.
And here we go, Joe Rogan. Winner, Vicente Luque. Congratulations with the biggest victory of your career. What a wild fight, as long as it lasted. Vicente says, thanks, Joe. I knew Woodley was a legend and a champ. With his heart, he caught me a little bit there. But if I get hit hard, I'm going to keep pushing. I will always keep looking for the knockout, looking for the finish every single moment. I just want to take this time to thank my wife and my Lord Jesus Christ and my kids on the way. I'm going to have a baby boy, and I'm excited for this fight. Rogan saying, congratulations for the upcoming birth of your baby boy. Congratulations again for your fight. Let's talk us through the moment where you did get rocked. You stayed composed. You used excellent defense and caught him with a fantastic counter. How bad did you get hurt with that? Vicente says, I know it took a little bit of my balance away, and I hit him with the overhand, but I have a hard chin, and I try not to use it, but it's there. But whenever I need it, it's there. I realized he was continuing with his punches, committing with his punches after it hurt me a little bit. I said, I'm going to counter those punches, make sure I hit him hard when he's coming forward, and I saw the Darce. I know I'm going to go for this. My Darces and Anacondas are really good, and it paid off. Rogan saying it was a beautiful counter. You caught him right when he thought he had you in deep trouble, and you stepped off the center line and fired off. Let's take a look. And this is the finish here. This is when you have him. Big trouble.
Caught him right in the temple with that right hand.
You see him try to grab a hold of you. You dropped him. And when he went down, you finished him off with a Darce. How sweet did it feel when you felt him tap? Man, it felt great. Woodley has a finish for a Darce. He knows that choke. And I heard his corner, you know how to come out of this. I was thinking in my mind, I'm going to squeeze it so hard, there's no way he's going to come out of this. And he didn't. I want to take this time to call out Nate Diaz.
What?
I called him out in the past, and he didn't respond. Right now, I got a big win.
Okay.
big fight coming on. Big streak coming on. My style. It matches perfect. I'm going to go forward. I'm going to punch everyone in the face and get the knockout every single minute. And I think Nate is a perfect fight. Let's go. Rogan saying, I want to see that fight. You're absolutely one of the most exciting contenders in the welterweight division. Congratulations, sir, on the biggest win of your career. Thanks, Joe. Thank you.
Bring it to me. Bring me that fight. I would love to see it. Taking a look at the chat real quick. Yes, Gene, I am from New York. Just shout out to Jeffrey F. watching with us tonight. Joe Burrow in the crowd at UFC 260.
Quarterback for the Cincinnati Bengals.
Punchable as fuck.
Oh, yeah. Well, without that neon Nike sweater and no football helmet, that'll do that to you. But we'll see if the Cincinnati Bengals will have a good season this year. And Stipe Miocic warming up with his corner man.
Yep.
Who looks like the stunt double for Ad Rock of the Beastie Boys.
Or looks like a guy who would be on Catfish, either as a co-host or one of the people who got cat. Yeah.
Or one of the people, but not the guy doing the catfish.
No. He is the one getting catfished.
Yeah, there we go.
He's the one getting Manti-Teo'd.
Is Manti-Teo still playing in the NFL? Mm-hmm. With who now?
I forget, but I do believe he's still playing. Right. He was a great player.
He's a great player, yeah. It just wasn't very bright when it came to his personal life.
Just he got that whole situation was just terrible. That sucked for him.
Commercial for King Kong versus Godzilla. I'm excited about it.
Yeah. I'll see what happens.
Who do you got, King Kong or Godzilla?
You know what? Godzilla with the body slam and the leg drop, brother. Clean in the middle.
You think he's put him over? He's going to do the job?
He's going to do the job,
Godzilla?
And coming up next is the main event. It will be for the UFC heavyweight title, which will probably take place in about 85 minutes. Stipe Miocic
got a lot of time to fill.
Defending against Francis Ngannou. Harry, you talk to the fans because I am not tempting fate here. I will be right back.
Oh, there you go. I don't know what that means. Does that mean you were worried about pissing your pants?
Yeah.
By tempting fate? Oh, okay. Fair enough. I was kidding, but apparently that was a legit concern. All right.
I don't know how long till
till it starts. As we go through the heavyweight rankings, Stipe Miocic, number 1, as a champion, of course. Francis Ngannou, number 1. Derek Lewis, number 2. Curtis Blades, number 3. Cyril Gagné from France, number 4. And Alexander Volkov, number 5. A pretty good heavyweight division as Miocic looks to continue defending his championship. Thank you for joining us here at Combat Culture, Bloody Elbow, and MMA Mania. I'll go to chats. If you're enjoying what we're doing here tonight, please like and subscribe. Somebody's saying they're Team King Kong. I gotta go Team King Kong as well. I think Godzilla is a heartless monster. King Kong has some type of heart. And 'twas beauty that killed the beast. So let's see. Godzilla should win, but watch Hollywood F it up. I mean, maybe the foreign market's affected. They want to see. Godzilla's probably more popular overseas, I would say, than King Kong is in America. It's pronounced Gagné? I don't know. He's French-Canadian. Or he's French. How is Stipe always the underdog? I don't think there's anything wrong with Stipe. I think it's just how good Francis Ngannou is.
It's how he's marketed.
Yeah, and maybe how he's promoted as well. But I mean, this is actually, I'm looking for, the card tonight has been really good.
Yeah.
Really good, and as tend to be these on paper terrible cards, this card has been very good for various reasons. People have taken their opportunities and made the most of them, and now is the main event. This is going to be a great fight, I think.
I think this is going to be way better than their first fight.
Yeah.
Because Francis Ngannou at the time, he was all hype. He was a guy with a good record coming into this fight. But when he went up against Stipe the last time, he just wasn't ready. And right now, there's no fans. There's no possibility for him to get booed out of the building, be put into a position where he feels like the underdog, even though he's not. He's the favorite heading into this fight. Miocic just has to find a way to utilize that strategy that beat Cormier those 2 times. That's pretty much all he can do is pray for rain, find a way to stop Ngannou, who's currently punching tires in this video package. But, Ngannou, you take a look at it really quickly, Harry. 4 straight wins by first-round knockout or TKO, and that's over Jairzinho Rozenstruik, Junior Dos Santos, Cain Velasquez, and Curtis Blades. His last 2 losses have come against Stipe in 2018, and in a follow-up, that very terrible experience against Derek Lewis, which was the worst fight in modern UFC heavyweight history.
And why was that again? Explain that for people.
The amount of strikes landed was one of the lowest amounts in UFC history.
Yeah, it was not great.
Yeah.
But this is a different Francis Ngannou. Obviously, it's a lot of different time. A lot of time has passed, rather.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's interesting. I mean, this is a fight it's worth the hype, I would think. I mean, it's enough to carry this pay-per-view. Not in some people's opinion, but both these guys are top-notch fighters on paper. As far as marketing goes, I mean, it's a fight you want to see. Mm-hmm. And I think anyone could take it, to be honest.
Yeah, it's more anybody's fight than we all realize. Because Stipe, no matter how much you shade him, the man has proven he is one of the greatest fighters of all time, above 205 pounds, and he may just be one of the greatest fighters of all time. Brendan Clark saying, wouldn't you say that Lewis fight was one of the worst fights in any UFC division? Yes. And someone brought up Dada 5000 versus Kimbo Slice.
I don't know if that was officially UFC.
No, that was a Bellator fight.
Yeah,
but
I don't think it was a UFC.
All right, let's out of fighters that
not
were at an elite level.
And
Kimbo was in his late 40s, and Dada 5000 was dying during the fight. His kidneys shut down, for God's sake.
Yeah, we're not talking about fights where the fighters were almost died on the way to the hospital from the fight. Mm-hmm. We don't count those. I'm counting anything indoors, first of all.
Yeah.
Not in backyards. Not surrounded by Cadillacs. No street fights. I would say
not being beat up by a brother-in-law in front of an open fire hydrant.
No, none of those fights. Nothing on Black Friday outside of Walmart. Nothing during Freaknik during Atlanta.
Yeah.
In Atlanta.
During the Gathering of the Juggalos.
Nothing during the Gathering of the Juggalos.
During Essence Fest, Lilith Fair.
Woodstock 99 is not counting.
Fire Festival.
Nothing on Miami Beach in the last 3 weeks during spring break counts.
The RNC, the DNC, the CNC Music Factory.
The OPP, whatever. The whole thing. Nothing on any subway car in New York.
Sex for Sam 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, none of that counts. We're only counting in UFC fighting history, the worst event. No barbed wire death matches. None of those count. As we see, I'm surprised they're going through this. No video packages.
Well, they just did the one video package, and we're rolling straight into the main event at midnight. It's like they knew we were tired of their bullshit. Gene USMC, I'm from the boroughs. Harry is also born in the boroughs of New York City. Mick_76 saying we rock. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mick.
Green 74 saying both fighters. Why didn't we? They should have made Ngannou and Lewis fight again. Well, Lewis is probably the top contender outside of John Jones for the UFC heavyweight title. So if Francis Ngannou wins this fight and then ends up fighting John Jones after this and gets the win, we're going to see that rematch.
But John Jones wasn't even in the rankings of the top 10.
But he's getting the next title shot. Tied for the longest active win streak is Ngannou with 4 straight wins. Shortest average fight time among active UFC heavyweights with 5 minutes and 37 seconds. And 100% finish rate. 11 knockouts, 4 submissions. This man, when it's gone to the scorecards, is 0-1, but his average fight time is around plus 37 seconds.
Wow.
That is insanity.
But it's Stipe. I mean, I don't know. I don't think he's going to take him in the first round. I think Ngannou will take it, but I don't think it'll be in the first round. And I think this will go a lot longer than most of his fights. But then that might be a different situation altogether. You end up in those situations where a fighter is used to being done by the second round, and you're talking 5 championship rounds. Let's see if Miocic can do this, can make it last.
I don't know. Paid programming saying Ken Shamrock and Dan Severn 2 was just as bad. Modern UFC history. Post Dana. Like from Dana on.
When it was illegal to wear work boots into the cage. I think we're talking about that era. I do miss seeing people wear like shoes in the octagon. It's very strange. It's very strange. It's strange to watch that footage.
Yeah.
You know what it's like? It's like when you watch a movie now and people are like gathered, like there's 10 people in a room
and
you're like, that's not social distancing.
Yeah,
you're just not used to it anymore.
There's too many people. I already thought about that. I didn't like people around me anyway. Shout out to Dave D donating $5 to the cause from Central Oregon. Thank you so much, Dave. Greatly appreciate it, my friend.
And Stipe making his way to the octagon. Not much of a... Oh, yeah, there's his crew. No, not too much of a big posse. I don't know if they've limited it more, but they used to have these huge entourages.
Yeah, they pared it down because of the Rona. James Wisecarver with an interesting choice for the main event in what he's imbibing in. So right now we're over 1,200 people watching us across all platforms.
Thank you for joining us.
Please share. Yeah, let people know right now we're getting ready for the main event. Please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. And also, folks, I want to give this football to somebody. If you're donating, you are running out of time. $20 is the way. Any donation over $20 right now puts you in the running. The highest donation tonight will get this football signed by me, however you want me to sign it within reason. You can also donate to paypal.me/felt fundraising. We will be sending that money to No Kid Hungry to help raise money for those in need, especially during this time. Schools are closed. We need to get kids meals. We got to do what's great for the kids.
So if you've ever wanted an Eric Estrada signed football, now is your chance. Now is your chance. It could be anybody. Stipe Miocic is getting ready here. UFC heavyweight champion, of course. One of the fun facts that they put up. Tied for the most title fight wins in UFC history at 6. Heavyweight history at 6. Most performance awards in UFC heavyweight history at 9. And someone fix his hair, please.
Yeah, he's got the cockatoo thing going on.
He's got hat hair going on, and he's not aware of it. Now, look, I know that's the least important, but somebody help him out. This is where having more cornermen would be helpful.
Yeah, like you know how in football you have the get back coach?
Yeah.
He needs a hair gel coach.
The get back coach? What is the get back coach?
Basically keeps you from going across the white line and getting a penalty.
There's a coach for that?
Yes.
Oh, Jesus. Too many people in
are
football.
Matt on Periscope asking, we're on the Combat Culture YouTube page, we're on the MMA Mania and Bloody Elbow YouTube channels, and also the Combat Culture Twitch page.
Harry, let me see your shirt. It looks so pretty. This is an Eddie Guerrero shirt.
Natty Daddy joining us.
Shout out Latino Heat, the legendary Eddie Guerrero. To me, the greatest technical professional wrestler alive. Here we go. Tail of the tape, Matt.
Miocic 38, Ngannou 34, both at 6'4".
Jesus.
But here comes the disparity. Ngannou walking in 263 pounds tonight. 265, remember, is the limit. Miocic at 234 has an 80-inch reach, giving up 3 inches to Ngannou, who's got an 83-inch reach.
Good God, man.
So there is a 32-pound weight difference there.
Oh, boy. What happens at 265?
That's the weight
say
limit.
You can't.
Yeah, you're done.
Compete?
Go home.
God damn.
Go cut some weight. Go put a sweatsuit on.
Look, somebody get Vanity Fair. That's ageist or weightist? Fattest?
Weightist.
There we go.
Derek Cleary, Sal D'Amato, and Chris Lee are your judges.
Hey, I don't trust Sal D'Amato. I don't know anything about him, but just based on the name alone, I would never take Halloween candy from a guy named Sal D'Amato. Sal D'Amato sounds like he sells cigarettes still to this day. You're like, Sal D'Amato sells laserdisc players to this day at a discount price. But I don't know. Referee Herb Dean, the legendary. And Ngannou needs to do something about that hair.
I wasn't gonna say it.
I don't want to. I mean, This is the battle of awful haircuts in this fight. I respect the
My man looks like a bird.
But both of
Miocic has bird hair.
Yeah.
Can someone just get him a comb real quick? He's on pay-per-view. People paid $70 for him to fight to the death.
I got a feeling Ngannou's going to fix it up for him. Don't worry about it.
And paid programming is saying Sal D'Amato is a terrible judge historically.
Oh, is he?
Shout out to Ethan Spurrier. Shout out to him in Colorado. Thank you for finding us. Hopefully you've liked and subscribed. He's got Miocic winning in round 3.
Hey, let me do a plug real quick before the people go away and this main event is done. At Harry Terjanian is where you can see all my stand-up and my podcast, Man School 202, as well. So please subscribe to that. All that my stuff is at Harry Terjanian. And you tell me whether I'm better than Brendan Schaub at stand-up. It's your opinion. Let me know.
And the A7NFL throws off on April 11th for the 7th season. So come see us at the American Sevens Football League. Search A7NFL across all your favorite social media.
Representing both Cameroon and France, Francis Ngannou.
The Predator.
Very stoic.
Yeah, he just wants to throw hands. Francis Ngannou is one of the guys that I wish was in Pride. Like, why was he not in Pride?
I think he was born too late, perhaps. You'd have to get a time machine, but I think there's better uses for that time machine. I think if you should not forego stopping 9/11 or the Kennedy assassination or the birth of Adolf Hitler. But I guess making sure that Francis Ngannou got to compete in Pride is also. And the champion in a rare situation here is a plus 115 underdog, Stipe Miocic.
That hair is really bothering me.
See, once you see it, it's a good undercut. But he wore the backwards baseball cap, and once he took it off, it's one of those weird, distracting little things. In great shape, but not as great a shape as Francis Ngannou. Just chiseled everything that you would want an MMA fighter to look like aesthetically. And good Lord, and some handshaking by the two, some sportsmanship as Herb Dean gives them.
Gasubu Tribe saying firefighters are trained to be calm under pressure and intense fear, which has always helped with Stipe and keep him focused. That's a fair point. Also, someone with a line of the night contender, Brendan Schaub looks like an elevator repairman working in a single-story building.
Oh, Jesus.
God damn, that's a good line. Shout out to Tom Claston from northern Wisconsin. We got people with their picks in there. Harry, last minute, who you got?
Ngannou. He just looks incredible, and he's been on an incredible streak. All the respect to Stipe, but here we go.
Ngannou controlling the center of the octagon. Miocic very active here, not throwing a strike yet. Ngannou feigned a punch, but Ngannou kind of stumbling and rumbling around the center of the octagon. Feigning with that left hand is Ngannou. Kick to the leg to Miocic by Ngannou is the first landed strike of the fight. Trying to keep the pressure here early is Ngannou. The 30-pound weight and 3-inch reach advantage, the key here for the challenger from Cameroon.
Very slow, very paced out here. Nothing major has happened so far. Ngannou controlling the center of the cage.
Goes for shots to the body, does Ngannou with his right, and then his left does not land. Miocic looking for an opportunity, kick to the ass by Ngannou to Miocic, who has the very poor decision of having Asian characters tattooed on his back. Spinning leg kick into a spinning back fist, not landing by Ngannou. Miocic landing a kick to the ankle, though, of the challenger with 3:52 in round 1 left to go.
And again, Ngannou looking chiseled, but that doesn't make those punches any...
Oh, and an overhand right to the near back of the head of Miocic, sending his hair swooping up.
I told you to take care of that haircut.
Almost turned him into a Pez dispenser with that one. As Ngannou
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the weight does that to those punches if you can get going. I mean, that was very good. But again, slow-paced here. Both fighters taking their time, trying to find an opening to take advantage of. No one wants to make a mistake here. Heavyweight championship on the line.
Miocic pulling for the takedown. Ngannou going for the guillotine. Trying to find a way out of the takedown is Ngannou. And he takes down Miocic, who tries to check the takedown. Now side control. And now a waist lock applied by Ngannou, who gets a takedown of Miocic. Hammer fist to the right side of the head. Piling punches on is Ngannou. Ngannou punching the temples of Stipe Miocic. Stipe in trouble. Ngannou trying to shoot for another takedown of Miocic. Finds a way to survive, steps to the center of the octagon.
Tremendous legwork by Ngannou. On top of that, as Miocic try to push him off, Ngannou spread the legs, pushed it out wide to make it more difficult for Miocic to take him down. Even when Miocic was trying to pull him up, he kept knocking him silly as Miocic had to try to get up to their feet. Both fighters in the center of the cage here.
And a head kick landed by Ngannou. Miocic's hair back into the left like it was a sunny day in Dallas.
And again, when these two fighters, every time they get up, they go back to the center of the cage and both try to find an opening. No one wants to make a mistake. Miocic certainly feeling what happened last time.
Yeah, he is breathing a little heavy. You can see it there in the abdomen, low kick. And you can see
very
it in the
low
face of
energy
Miocic.
kick.
Yeah.
The soft rock of leg kicks by Miocic.
It was sailing.
By Christopher Cross.
Yep.
There we go. And again, both fighters to the center of the cage. Ngannou very methodical here. Not in a hurry to do anything, ironically, because most of his fights have ended very quickly, but he is willing to go to multiple rounds if he has to. He knows who he's facing here in this heavyweight championship fight.
Minute 44 left to go. Overhand right landed by Ngannou.
It's also almost like Miocic doesn't want to make another mistake like that again.
Mm-hmm.
And another slow kick to the legs, to the shins. Both fighters trying to find an opening here.
And you can see redness on the nose of Miocic, that overhand right blocked by the champion. And there's a swelling underneath the left eye of Miocic. 120 left to go in round number 1.
Again, Slow pace. Smart maneuvering here by Ngannou, not wanting to do anything. But so far, this is his round if nothing else happens. There is still a minute left here for something to go on. And again, leg kick, but Ngannou follows up with a combination to make Miocic.
He missed that overhand left by a mile, but threw a straight left jab into the face of Miocic. Missing with the low kick was the champion. 50 seconds left to go in the round as Miocic tries to traipse outside the border of the octagon as Ngannou controls the center.
Again, more pacing. A leg kick by Ngannou, checked by Miocic.
37 seconds left to go in the round. Miocic, once again, kind of stepping away, trying to find an opening. Trying to do what he did in the Cormier fights, find openings and just exploit. He has not been able to crack Ngannou yet. Tried to shoot for that takedown and ended up in a world of hurt where it seemed like that fight was almost over. 17 seconds left to go in the round now.
He might not have the ability to wrestle him due to the size advantage. The significant size advantage from Ngannou with a front face kick that doesn't land. 7 seconds left here. And it looks like they're just going to take this to the second.
Bilal Muhammad saying, OMG, calm, Francis is the scariest guy in the world. Yeah, that's the thing about that round. And you see Miocic, he is not happy with himself. He is furious right now.
In his corner here, let's see what they have to say. They're very quiet at the moment. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Hey, can you hold this? They're trying to ice down that cut there.
Yeah, there's a mouse underneath that left eye.
We got to get our offense up. You got to get a little more speed. Everything's got to be a little more explosive, okay? He's moving you around nice, but there we go. That's the end. There we go. The highlights, a big right hand from Ngannou following up. And here's the situation where Miocic tried to take Ngannou down.
He tried for that single leg and then immediately went Luther Campbell.
Right, a.k.a. face down, ass up. And,
that's where I thought the fight was over. Those overhand lefts and rights.
Stipe tried to get up, and in the effort to put his body up, he put his hands down, and Ngannou started teeing off on him with about 10 shots before Miocic was able to get to his feet, and he paid for it. He's lucky to have survived that situation here, but there are 4 more rounds to go here in a championship fight.
Both fighters standing in the center of the octagon, feigning with a left and then an overhand right by Ngannou, trying to keep that same level of pressure he had in round number 1 and a little bit more frenetic energy from both fighters here in the early going of the second round. And Miocic looking a little haggard, eating a left hand, checking a kick, did Miocic. Both fighters in the center, overhand left landed by Ngannou. Oh, and a left shot to the jaw. An overhand left to the jaw of Miocic. Sends him back a bit, but he's still standing in the center of the octagon. Right, left, and Miocic is down after a left. A left hook to the jaw. Miocic eating lefts, and then a right uppercut. An overhand left, and an overhand right. Then the champion is down. Stipe Miocic has been knocked the fuck out in a New York minute. In between the moon and New York City, it's Francis Ngannou, and he is finally the UFC heavyweight champion of the world. My God, what a knockout!
A dominating performance. He had him, knocked him down, knocked him silly, went in for the kill, and finished him off.
And Miocic is out on his feet. He cannot stand. He is leaning on Herb Dean. They are getting him to the stool. We are going to go to the replay here as Miocic Ngannou hugs his coaches, a new UFC heavyweight champion.
And true to his record, knocked him out early in the second round.
And here we see that that overhand right leading to that left uppercut to the jaw, sending Miocic back, and Ngannou keep going with that left hand, hand. And then there's that right hook, a right by Miocic, but then another just overhand left into the hammer fist, and that was it.
Dean tried to stop that hammer fist. So what happens is Miocic was out on his feet, sort of recovered, threw a right hook, but just is so out of the loop, didn't have the ability to put his arms up, just left himself completely open because he wasn't 100%. Ngannou followed up with a left hook, knocked him out and collapsed him on his knee. Herb Dean tried to leap in time to stop that hammer fist, but it just was not happening. He got one last hammer fist in, and then Herb Dean stopped that fight.
That left uppercut came from fucking hell because he just loaded up and just caught him right in the middle of the jaw.
And again, Miocic just knocked Luque, was fighting on instinct, landed a right cross, but did not get any defense up. And we can see Daniel Cormier's response. Excited, shocked. Wow. Referring to him as the scariest human being on the planet. And I'm not going to argue. Just a tremendous performance in every aspect from Francis Ngannou. Taking down a legendary competitor to win his heavyweight championship, and deservedly so. And Ngannou going over to embrace Stipe in a sign of sportsmanship.
Shout out to PJ Simpson, who we didn't get to say before. Quote of the day: not famous, but my friend got crabs from a Patriots cheerleader. Philly fans are the worst. Mm-hmm. Wrestling fans are harmless, but some UFC fans are douchey. And he's also the one who donated the most so far. So, PJ Simpson, if no one else donates in the next 5 minutes or so, you're getting this football. So follow me on Twitter at @MRyanConsulting. That's MRyanConsulting. Let me know what you want on the football and send me your address as well. Francis Ngannou has the belt put around him by Dana White, and what a night for Dana White. Just wow.
A great pay-per-view. A great performance. You can't be disappointed at another quick knockout by Francis Ngannou, who continues to keep his finishing ratio at 100%.
52 seconds into the round, so 5 minutes and 52 seconds.
Which we said was the average, about the average.
5:37.
5:37. So he went under. He beat his own time. And that's what you hope for. You hope to get better each time. You want to do it. If he works hard, maybe one day he'll get it done in the first round. And people talking about, on the commentary, asking Daniel Cormier if he wants a rematch, and Daniel Cormier going, nah. And he keeps shouting, John Jones, trying to throw John Jones under the bus.
Oh my God, John Jones is going to have to fight Francis Ngannou. Oh my God in heaven.
It might be the thing that finally stops John Jones.
Well, John Jones has not been John Jones in the last 2 fights, but John Jones is now over 230 pounds, so we're going to see something weird and different. But Francis Ngannou finally getting over the mountain. Oh. And does Stipe get a rematch after this? Because there's no real doubt there. Ngannou won the first round, and then Stipe fucking got reset buttoned.
Boy, oh boy. I mean, a dominating performance. Just a lot going on here. Again, Daniel Cormier is saying he's willing to pay first class for everyone for John Jones to do it so that he doesn't have to. I think it's safe to say that DC is officially retired.
Yeah, he is more than retired. He is double retired. If you could call someone triple retired, that's what that's what Daniel Cormier is right now.
I mean, people on Twitter are just going on about how scary and dominant Francis Ngannou is. And
I've never seen someone so happy to ruin another man's life.
I mean, that's what this is all about. Oh, we see the replay again. And I was impressed with this defense wrestling-wise, just using that leg strength and size advantage to take Stipe down when Stipe had control. And then this could have ended the fight right here. Stipe gave up his back and used both arms to get up. And Stipe was just never the same after that moment.
He got his fucking church cleaned.
And
there were no bats in that belfry. And just the ability for Ngannou to keep that pressure. Stipe was waiting for the opening that wasn't coming. This was not the same fight as last time. I think Stipe knew that. But he was always bouncing. He was always ready to find something that wasn't there.
Just never gave it to him.
And we saw in the Cormier fight that Stipe could get knocked out. We could see that he can get stopped. And
here we go.
Go ahead, Harry.
Joe Rogan, the winner and new heavyweight champion of the world. Francis Ngannou says in unison. Rogan says, how does that feel? Oh, Joe, I don't know if I can find the words to express this, but it feels so amazing, bro. Even though I've been fighting, winning fights, I had this thing inside of me that I never released, and it was like a promise that I made to myself. To myself that I was one day I was gonna stand up and prove on the stage to everybody, all the doubters, If I had the opportunity, I was going to take it. Even better, and even to be even better and even greater. I'm walking through the greatness. Rogan saying, it's a great honor to hear your story of what you've gone through in your life. Rogan saying the incredible journey that you went to get out of Cameroon to make it to Europe, and all the months that it took for you to get there, for all of that to happen, and now for you to wind up the heavyweight champion of the world has to be one of the most spectacular feelings a human being can ever experience. Ngannou says, just imagine something that you wanted for decades as a kid, for it to finally happen. Even nobody could have believed it. And you hope that it finally happens, and that feeling when it does, it's so unbelievable. It's so great to be doubted by people all the time, to finally make your way and technically make them wrong, and then and to get that satisfaction, and he's coughing a little bit, unfortunately. Yeah, asking for some water here. Rogan saying, Joe saying, Francis, let's talk through the fight itself. Now, you came out very measured. It's a very calm strategy. You came out very efficient, landing big shots. You stopped the takedown. You had Stipe hurt in the first round, but you learned the less of the first fight, and that was very clear. Ngannou says, absolutely. So far, that is my biggest experience. That night in January of 2018 was the biggest night of my life. It might sound weird to say that, even though I didn't have a belt. I knew I didn't lose that fight. That's the way I gained my experience about mixed martial arts. My fighting IQ to manage the fight. I have a great outcome with that fight. Rogan saying, even though you lost that, it was a great benefit. And Ngannou saying it was a great benefit. I believe that benefit pushed me, raised me higher to this level. So yeah, Rogan saying in the second round, you came out of the second round very measured, very calm, but very accurate. You dropped him with a jab, had him hurt, and then he fired back. Let's take a look at it real quick.
And to those just joining us, Francis Ngannou is the new UFC heavyweight champion, just knocking out Stipe Miocic early in the second round.
You dropped him, Rogan says. You hit him with some follow-up shots, and you're chasing him. He hits you with a right, but look at this counter left hook. Absolutely perfect on the chin, and the follow-up hammer fist, and that's a wrap. And you are now the heavyweight champion of the world. Undisputed. Yeah, yes, man. Ngannou says, yeah, he touched me with that punch. I was set back, but I was stepping back because my coach and my team and everything he's been yelling at my ear. Calm down, relax, relax, relax. In that specific moment, I was like, relax. Nothing happened. I got the first round. I can keep going like this. I feel good. Let's do that. He did the mistake of following me. Maybe he thought that I was hurt or something, and that's when I caught him. But we've been putting up... that's when I caught him. We've been putting a lot of work for my team and my coach and my manager. He's listing people here, but I'm trying to catch up. We've been working hard every day and everything, and working on the tapes, watching tapes by myself, but I did not watch those come before. I wanted to relax and get the best outcome from myself and not to rush and everything and get the results of everything that we have. Rogan saying, how much did it help you having Kamaru Usman in your corner? Having Kamaru Usman in my corner, I knew before I requested and asked him that, I knew it would be good emotional support for me.
as a brother. Since the first time we met, we always kept in contact with each other. We always support each other in execution. On top of that, you have his wrestling expertise, which I knew that would be very important in this fight. An important factor in this fight, very decisive. And of course, you have the factor now that he's a champion. He kind of inspired me to become a champion since I wanted to become a champion like him. So we can be like dream African champions. And we can expect to have a UFC in Africa very soon. Rogan saying, I want you to enjoy this. I want you to celebrate this victory. But I also want to talk to you about the future. John Jones sent a tweet out.
Oh, baby.
Let's play, baby, says John Jones. Rogan says, what do you think? And also show me the money, another tweet. What do you think about the potential fight with one of the greatest, if not the greatest, mixed martial arts fighter in the history of the sports, John Jones, now moving up to heavyweight? That would be your first title defense. Ngannou says, absolutely. In my opinion, John Jones is the greatest of all time, mixed martial arts. And him moving up is a good thing. It's a challenge that I would be willing to take. I think it would be a very good challenge for me. If you look at my resume, this time he's going to be the challenger and I'm going to be the champ. Let him come up and let's make it happen. I think it would be good for me. I'm ready. Anytime. Even summer, I'll be here ready to fight, July or August, whenever they are ready. He said, show the money. Show the money, I'm here, says Francis Ngannou. Rogan says that would be one of the biggest fight in the history of the sport. Congratulations, sir. It was an honor to call your fight. I feel like I witnessed history tonight, and I just want you to appreciate this. Take this all in. I know your journey, so take this all in. This must be extra special. Congratulations. And Ngannou saying, thank you very much. It is very special, just like I said. To all my supporters, my family, all of Cameroon right now is up watching the fight. No one has sleep waiting for my fight. I'm very honored to represent them. My fans around the world. My teammates. Shout out to all my buddies. And thank you for all the support behind me. And who helped me to get here. There we go. Heavyweight champion of the world right here, baby. Here we go. So.
Francis Ngannou with the huge win here tonight, crumpling Stipe Miocic. Someone compared it to him being crumbled like blue cheese.
Yeah, rough for Stipe.
We'll wrap this one here because it is 12:30, and I feel like we should enjoy the fact that we're done.
It was an early night for a change with the UFC.
I am also very hungry. So
there we go. And they let that. They definitely let that interview go on a little longer than usual. Sorry if I was all over the place there.
No,
but Ngannou does speak a little broken English. Great English. Don't get me wrong, for a guy for a secondary language and maybe a third language.
Mm-hmm. And UFC promoting UFC 261 Super Spreader.
The unofficial name.
The unofficial name. They're bringing back those names for the pay-per-views. That's what's going to be called for this 3 title fights. And it's 1 month from now, so UFC 261. Stay tuned. Be sure to like, subscribe, and follow Combat Culture or wherever you're watching us. For us again next month for 3 title fights. But Harry, we'll wrap this up here in a few minutes. John Jones and Francis Ngannou is next. Does Stipe Miocic deserve a rematch? Or should Stipe Miocic retire?
Wow, I mean, I don't know, man. That was just a domination as far as the performance. Look, I mean, that's up to Stipe. It's his decision. He certainly is entitled to, continue. Look, I'd love to see him have another fight. You can always make a comeback. You have to do something. He's 20-4 now. Yeah. I don't know, man. It's just the story now is Ngannou.
Yeah.
I mean, that was just a dominating performance. Let's see if he can make a comeback. I would be interested in seeing the John Jones Ngannou super fight before I see Miocic back in the picture.
Well, that's what we're going to see next. So
supposedly, though, is that set?
I mean, it pretty much has all been all but been confirmed.
Hey, man, nothing is confirmed with Jon Jones till he steps foot in the octagon.
That's true.
There's
No contract has been signed, but Dana White has intimated that that's the next fight.
It's only 9:30 in Phoenix, bro.
Yep.
So anything can happen. The bars, I think, are open completely.
Jacksonville will drive a lot of shit crazy. So
we'll see.
Yeah.
I would love to see it. I want to see Jon Jones.
It's going to be, I think.
But I love Jon Jones as a fighter.
Yeah.
I want to see him and Ngannou do this fight. You never hold your breath. Again, that's always unofficial as they prepare UFC 261. He was referring to the Three Kings. He wanted Adesanya and Usman to also be champions. He's hoping for
Israel Adesanya is the current the middleweight champion. Kamaru Usman's the welterweight champion. Ngannou is the heavyweight champion. And maybe Adesanya one day with the 205 belt around his waist. We saw that he couldn't get the job done a couple of weeks ago. But Jan Blachowicz is the real fucking deal.
There we go. But yeah, what a great fight, man.
Yeah, what a great fight. What a great card. So much to be said about tonight, but the only thing we can really walk out of this thing is damn, Francis Ngannou is a killer. He took everything back that he lost in that fight against Stipe Miocic, and more so, especially with the way he got to that fight, the way he was able to dismantle him. A great night, a great card. Harry, your final thoughts?
Just a card that delivered. It was just a lot of great stuff we saw all over. And again, it's one of the situations where on paper this card suffered from a lack of star power, quote unquote. But we saw a lot of great fights. An early finish in the first fight, but just it was just good quality, and that's what you love about the UFC. And we saw history made. I think. I mean, Francis Ngannou just looked dominant, and it feels like his time now. It feels more than just a title change. It feels like a passing of the guard. And as I'd love to see Stipe make a comeback, but it feels like a new generation sort of deal. Just another dominating performance from Francis Ngannou.
Yeah, the torch has definitely been passed here tonight. Francis Ngannou, the new king of the UFC heavyweight division. We'll have to see what happens next, but we'll be back in just 1 month's time on April 24th for UFC 261. Harry, thank you so much for being here.
Man, it's always a pleasure.
Thanks to our moderator, Stephanie Sotilli, keeping things lively in the chat. Thank you to Olive, who is currently freaking the fuck out of what I'm being told. So we're going to say goodbye here from the studio. But until then, everybody, until we see you next time, we want to say so long from the Garden State and thank you.